just seems weird.
We had to stop Jerry because he was talking about being old and having an underwear issue.
Well, it's not necessarily an underwear issue.
Does it come from the front or the back?
Sometimes both. No, I was just saying that as you age, as men typically they get older, you have to wait a couple seconds to make sure you got all your piss out.
Yeah.
And if you're wearing a white underwear, and you put it back in, and all of a sudden you get a little excess dribble, then it looks like you dipped your underwear in a tea bag because it's all discolored.
Well, I told him whenever I wore gray shorts out here a couple of weeks ago, and I went outside to take a piss, and I felt like I kind of rushed it, or I don't know if I just lost control of my fucking underwear, and I closed the trap door before it was time to fucking splatter piss on my shorts, and I was like, nobody will know.
Yeah,
then I was like, oh, it's gray shorts. They're fucking gonna
well, the trick is too, if you're like in a spot where you can like wash your hands, you're just like,
yeah, exactly.
I couldn't find a towel.
I think I did that once where I actually, like the hand blowers, I turned it on and I was trying to like position my crotch area where the wind was blowing. So because I was wearing a lighter color pants, so it was very obvious.
The poor man's blowjob right there, baby.
At this point, I'll take anything.
Right.
I was telling him I have to, like we were just talking about it. I have to wear the underwear with the camouflage on, and I can't wear the white bottom like Ethicas because at the end of the day I just got to throw those things away just in case. Because
just one time use.
Yeah, pretty much. They're just for show, bro. There's no need for that.
Probably just give them to the homeless.
Well, I was out of Glamis one year, and I wore the same pair of underwear for probably 2 days. And you get serious monkey butt. So Saturday night at the fire, I had changed clothes. And I'm like, I'm not taking these things home. And I just threw them in the fire.
It'd be like Steve just put them out in the hallway of a fucking cruise.
Oh, whoa, we're going there?
For room service to pick them up, you nasty bastard.
Wait a minute. Let's hear this. I mean, like you're putting a plate of food out for...
Yes!
We got to talk about this, right?
Refresh everybody's memory, you nasty bastard. Piece of shit.
We haven't even got through 5 minutes.
So this is how this is starting.
Bro, listen to this. Listen to this, asshole.
So I went on a cruise. I got super shithoused.
No.
This episode of Shoot the Shit podcast is brought to you by Law Tigers. If you or someone you know has been in a motorcycle accident, make sure you call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS and get the help you need today. If you're on Instagram, make sure you check out lawtigers.ie and follow Chris for all things going on in the community, fun rides, events, and everything else in between. We'll be with him soon doing some rides and having some fun, so make sure you come check us out. 1-800-LAW-TIGERS.
This episode of Shooting the Shit with Speed Kings is brought to you by Thundermax, the absolute gold standard in performance. You want your bike ripping like a pit bull who got into your grandpa's Viagra, you've found the place. Check out all their ECMs at store.thunder-max.com and use code SK10 at checkout.
So did your shorts.
And those cruise bathrooms, they're pretty small.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm
they're not small, you're just fucking big, dude.
You having a shit sideways?
Well, sorta. I'm down on my knees throwing up in the toilet and
he backfired.
Dude.
His ass backfired. He was running too rich.
Shit my pants. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do with these now.
What the fuck?
I'm not taking these home.
Right.
So, we had like a room service tray.
Oh, that poor woman.
And I just put them on the tray and kicked it out the door into the hallway.
I'm surprised they didn't add you like an extra shit tax on your bill.
They may have tried, dude, but it was Mexico, so
doesn't think to like maybe throw them over the balcony out to sea.
Yeah, you got, I don't know, 30,000 gallons or whatever. That's 30,000 miles of ocean.
Well, you have a trash can in your room?
That was the trash can, basically. That needed to go out also.
Also, I'm trying to picture Steve stuck in the bathroom.
I want to see, visually, it's very disturbing. Like him on his knees throwing up and shitting out his pants. It doesn't.
Yeah, luckily the other person in the room was asleep.
No,
that's when you just go in the shower, bro. And you just.
Well, I did after I took my pants off.
What do they call that when you like waffle stomp it
down?
Oh, dude. Yeah, it was a rough night. It was a rough night.
Well, there's nothing worse than shitting your pants, but
I can't remember the last time I shit my pants. That was a good one. I don't think I have any shit my
Yes,
pants
you-
stories to top that one.
I got one that probably tops a lot of them.
It's weird how many shit stories happen on this podcast, but let's go talk about it.
Okay.
Shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit.
So how do I? Okay,
Let it rip, Jerry.
yeah. If I turn red, it's kind of hard to keep this story clean, pun intended.
Oh yeah.
So we were on a ride, and I think we were in Arizona, Parker, wherever, with me, Roji, and Greg. And whenever we leave Parker, we always eat right on the border of. It's called Crossroads Cafe,
Okay.
and it's right there. It attaches to whatever the highway is, and Rice Road. And so we ate there, and it's a greasy spoon type place. And typically I don't eat that bad, but this trip I ate shit.
Yeah.
And so we leave, and so instead of taking Rice Road to the 10, we decided to cut through 29 Palms, a little more scenic route, a little something to see. And we pull into I think it was a AM PM, and we all got to pee. And so I run in there, and we're just going to gas and go. So I leave everything on, leave my helmet on, run through the bathroom to the bathroom, and past the girls, and I'm pissing, and all of a sudden I just a little fart out, and I went, something didn't feel right about that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if I had monkey butt or whatever from riding, and so I let another one out, and I'm like.
Did you have to like push it though? Like
No, it came out like super easy, and I'm like, oh.
At this age, I imagine
yeah, it's not.
you don't gotta try hard, bro.
So I realized there may have been a little freight with that one, and
you had a bonus.
so keep in mind, I've got my leathers on, I got my helmet on. Rody is at the door pounding because he's got to pee, and I'm in the only bathroom. It's a unisex bathroom. I'm like, give me a minute, buddy.
there's some situation.
I got a situation going on. I just got to check.
Unless you're coming in to help.
So I start to wiggle my pants down, and I take a look, and I'm like, oh my God, it is filled. And so I'm like, what
like a diaper? What the fuck?
It looked like my underwear was hanging down like a hobo sack. They and I'm trying not to move because it's gonna spill over the sides and run down, my pants. And I'm wearing like tan colored pants. So I'm like, how do I do this? So I sit and I'm shimmering my pants down, and I'm like, I'm laughing.
Helmet still on?
Helmet's still on. Now I'm sweating, and I'm shimmering my pants down. Now I'm looking at my and I'm having to keep my legs spread further to keep it tight.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Like, what do I do? I can't.
It's juicy. It's a bowl.
It's a bowl.
It's liquid.
It's yeah. And so I'm like, all right, think this through. I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to pull my helmet off, and Roji's pounding on the door, and I'm like, and he's trying to hurry me up. So I pull my knife out. I'm like, I'll cut the elastic, and I'll just let it drop in the water. And so my knife is so dull, it won't even cut the elastic. And I'm like, now what? So I was able to stab right below the elastic. I take my knife, and the tip was still sharp. So I stabbed it, and I slowly start ripping it along the seam all the way around the back. And I'm able to pick it up like this, like I'm holding a human head. So I'm like, crap. So I stand up. Yeah, crap. I turn around. I pour it into the toilet, and I throw the underwear in the trash. Now they got like 3 squares of toilet paper left.
Oh.
So now I'm grabbing the ass gaskets. I'm using that to try to clean up. And
those gas station toilet papers are it's like
the worst.
It's like wiping your ass with a racing slick.
I feel like you use more of that 1-ply than if they just got 2-ply.
Yeah, and you got to be careful because your fingers go through.
I need a little tread.
Yeah.
I need a little grit.
Toilet paper. Like an SOS pad or something.
Yeah, dude.
I want to feel something.
So I get done. I get cleaned up as much as I can, and I'm laughing now. I mean, that's all you could do is laugh. And Roji's standing there, and I pull everything up, and I walk out, and he walks through. He's like, about time, buddy, and slams the door. And all of a sudden, I hear, you sneaky motherfucker. And I walk through, and I say, I'm sorry, and I go out the front door. And so I walk outside, and Greg's standing there, and he sees me laughing. He's like, did I miss something? I go, oh yeah. So I tell him the story. And Roji comes out, and he's all mad at me. So in the meantime, like I said, I'm wearing tan slacks. And so luckily I had like 3 or 4 microfibers, and they're bright yellow. So I put them on. I have a brand new LaPera seat. I'm like, I got 100 miles to get home. So I stack them.
Bro.
and we
Raw
leave.
dogging 100
We leave.
miles.
And so we get to an area where all of a sudden I look over and Roji's videotaping me. And, I think he's just videotaping for the gram, what have you. And I get home and all of a sudden I'm tagged in a post. And he has taken my writing video and he found some poopy song, like kids' poopy song, and it's playing. And I'm like, so I'm laughing like, you bastard, you did me dirty.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
literally you did me dirty. So now, I do a rebuttal video because I'm getting all these DMs.
Yeah.
What happened? So I'm like, so I did like just a quick 30-second video of I had an accident, what have you.
Yeah.
Rode all the way home. And on the way home, I pull in the driveway and I send Lisa a quick text. I said, give me 5 minutes. I got a situation. So I walk in and she's standing right there. And I don't know, I can't see behind me. So I don't know what the situation is going through the pants.
Yeah.
And I walk backwards down
Wait, on the ride home, did you fart anymore?
No,
Okay.
I just absorbed it.
Okay.
And so, so Lisa's like, did you shit your pants? I go, maybe. I go, just give me so I get to the bathroom, I undress, I jump right in the shower. I come walking out, I got everything wadded up. But luckily it wasn't too bad. So I was able to just wash it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's my story.
Was there skid marks on the outside of the pants though?
No, it survived.
Oh wow.
I would have took those microfibers and just tucked them right in the gooch and just like
thought,
a diaper.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
would have done
point.
it inside the pants for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But at that point, I just wanted to get back. And so a couple days later, I call the AM/PM. And I find the ladies that were working on Sunday, I go, what days do they work? And they said they work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, okay. So Thursday or Friday.
You went in there and you claimed it.
No, I sent them like a bouquet of flowers and a pizza. And all it says, I'm sorry. I had the guy write, sorry what I did to your bathroom last week. And I sent it because I felt so bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the last time I've literally shit my pants.
How long ago was
That
that?
was last week.
That was 2 years ago.
Oh, man.
So now I'm 2 years older. So you really, really got to be careful. It's just
Yeah. Once you hit 40, dude, those seals aren't what they used to be, dude.
Jerry hit 40 a long time ago.
I know, but I'm just saying, like after 40,
That's true.
after 40, I noticed things are different, bro. I'm just like, I don't trust nothing.
Well, I was 57 when I did that.
Damn.
You're 60 now?
No, I'll be 59 in December.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
So, but yeah, so just so for future when you get a little bit older, just be careful.
Yeah, heads up.
Yeah.
Just
heads up.
Just the heads up.
Enjoy your ethicas now while you can, because those white bottoms will not do you justice.
Oh no, and for that reason, I don't wear white underwear anymore.
I haven't. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Never. But yeah, I had a scare on the Pan America this year, but it was just, I rode the Pan America up to the Biltwell 100
Okay.
early in the morning, left at like 4 a.m, and it was like fucking 40 degrees out. It was super cold because that's like in February, March time, and I'm almost there. And I'm like, oh, I got to fart. And I go, "Brrr," and I'm like, oh, no. I thought it felt liquidy.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. And I was staying the night. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just ditch these underwear. Like I'll figure this out,
On the side of the road.
And I rode the rest of the way and I checked and it was actually, I was okay.
Oh.
My ass cheeks were so cold that the hot fart
Hey, you trapped hot air, bro. Been there. Been there, the hot air.
It came out like 140 degrees.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you though, it was scary. I was like, oh man, I haven't shit my pants in a long time.
Did you bring an extra pair of underwear?
I don't know.
Or was if it's a 1 or 2 day trip, I typically just wear the same pair.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a 4-day trip, I generally wear the same pair.
Just flips them inside out.
Dude. No, yeah. If I was just staying over the night, no.
Yeah.
Because I was coming back the next morning, I'll just run it. I sleep. I will generally not even take my shoes off. I'll just sleep in all my clothes, get back on the bike, and leave.
Dude, there's been times where I feel like I had to piss so bad. I'm just like, there's no way I'm making it home. I was like, nobody's gonna fucking know. Nobody's gonna fucking know. I'm wearing fucking jeans. I'll just go pee right here, just on the fucking ride home. I mean, I haven't, but
Like piss your pants.
I've tried to talk myself and just go because it's so uncomfortable when I got to piss so bad, and I'm like,
wait, are you talking about pissing your pants? Or are you talking about just pulling over and peeing?
No, just piss my pants and just going, bro.
Because it's so cold. You figured it'll be warm for a second.
It'll feel good at night.
Yeah, but what happens when it gets cold again? Now you're wet.
I'll be home by then.
You hope.
I'll be.
Yeah,
as long as I don't get pulled over, I'll make it home quick. But I'm just like, you know what? Nobody's gonna know. I rode with a guy one time. We came back from Born Free. This motherfucker. We get into town and he gets off his bike, just the biggest piss ring in his pants, and he gets off. He's like, "Oh, blew a gasket." And I'm just like, "You're fucking grown, man." I was also in my 30s at this time, and I didn't understand. He was an older dude. And he's just like, "Oh, blew a gasket."
What movie was it? Dumb and Dumber, where he pisses on the back of the mini bike.
I have never once thought I'm just gonna pee my pants.
You just never just been like, "Fuck it, bro." Like,
dude, we just rode to Kernerville. I had to pee so bad, I just pulled over and ran into the desert and pissed.
I'm on the freeway, bro. Like,
I don't care. I'll pee on the side of the freeway. Your furthest ride you do is 25 miles, bro.
He's such a caveman.
But we were coming back from Pomona yesterday, and there was a guy pulled over on the 5, dude.
Oh yeah.
And he was just at the hood of his car, and me and Sean were going, we're like, that guy just taking a piss. You can just see him just at the hood of his car, just pissing on the shoulder.
Well, I've done it a bunch of times.
So he didn't open the door for cover?
No, bro. He was at the front of his car, just hand on his hip.
I always honk at him.
I
honk because I know what you're doing.
Yeah, because we've all been there.
Yeah, it's funny. I think.
I don't know what was worse. It's like we can see him as we're pulling up, but we pass and we're like, look back to. Yeah, no, he's pissing.
Yeah. Look at that hog.
I don't know why we look back, bro. Like we knew he was pissing, but we just.
Well, it's like a car crash. You gotta look.
I was just telling the last pod. I was like, I saw a homeless dude like stand up out of the bushes, just this big old just fucking hammer just hanging out, and I was like, I mean, he's homeless, but he's still blessed.
Yeah.
And my wife doesn't get it. She's like, "Why do you look?" I'm like, "I don't know."
if I was blessed, which I'm not, I'd just piss out in the open. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. You get a little golf clap.
Good work. Good work. Tell your parents, good job.
This is. Don't make a clip of this.
Oh, I'm making a clip.
Oh yeah. You just...
So my wife, she sends me this text. She's gonna fucking kill me. So I'm sorry, Lace. I love you.
It's for the pod.
It's for the pod.
Ratings.
So, ratings.
So she asked me. She was like, "So they have a mold where you can make a mold of your penis."
Yep.
She sent me this, and it was like a whole home kit, or whatever. She sent me a link for it, and she was like, "Would you be down?" And I was like, "You don't."
Did it say ages 6 to 9?
It was this big long. It was like a tube as big as that thing right there. And I was like, "They have a smaller. They have a small like."
You have a smaller mold. I don't want to waste all the material. I was
like, how many do you want me to make with that? I was like, do you want one of mine or do you want a bigger one? like,
are you trying to make one I put over mine?
I was like
prosthetic.
I was like, you trying to make a travel size one? Like, what's this? And we started just roasting. I was like, what if you just leave it out and somebody sees, like, why do you got a mold of a kid's penis in here?
Oh, God.
What if the kids see it and they just start making fun of it? I'm just like in the corner, just like, yeah.
That looks like yours, but smaller.
Yeah. What is this? One of those little valve stem covers that you
would you go to a bridesmaid party?
One of those dick straws?
Somebody put a penis valve stem on mine.
I got one on my bike right now.
And I think it was Eric.
I think he put it on his own bike, though.
Probably.
I did it.
Probably. So you know Eric. I mean, obviously he worked with you for years.
Oh, yeah.
So Eric, he's doing some work on my bike, and
I'll tell you right now, he definitely did it.
Oh, yeah. No, this.
You don't have to think it was him. It was 100% Eric.
So
it's probably been in his butt.
Before you go, but one time he put a battery-powered Cricket noisemaker in my office.
Oh my God!
It was in there for months. I couldn't figure out where the fuck I finally found that. God damn that guy.
So he's over the years. I've found dildos.
Yep.
In my saddlebags.
Easy.
VH tape of some 70s porn. Oh my God, lube, something else. And so I'm at his house. He's working out his garage. And we just put Ally Art lowers on.
Yep.
He's like, hey, he goes, you seem to have like and he's trying to be so nonchalant.
Fucking nerd.
He's like, hey, can you check? It looks like you might have an air leak out of your valve stem. I'm like, what?
He's the worst at that.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? And he says it again. He goes, no, just check. He's like, I thought I saw some bubbles. I go, with what? There's no water over there. And I'm like, so I look and sure enough, it's a pink dildo or pink dick. And of course he's laughing. He thinks it's so funny. I go, Eric, I'm like, you're horrible at this. You're supposed to leave it there.
Yeah, let me
find it naturally, not try to like prompt me to look. It's so obvious.
He's like, what if somebody put a dick on your valve stem?
Yeah.
No, it always happens. My friends work on. I have like small stuff to do. I'll drop it off at the dealership and have them, do some shit.
Like check his air pressure.
Yeah.
You know,
make sure the blinker fluid's filled.
Anything above that.
So I get my bike back, and every fucking time I get it back, like there's something. Like one time I got my bike back, and I had like these wild like chrome hooded cobra valve stem covers.
I took those from you.
from like the 90s.
Yeah, they had like red eyes, like
sick,
bedazzled red eyes, and then I got it back, and then I was looking at the bike, and I was like, huh, they didn't do anything, and I was like, no fucking fun. And then like a month later, like I put my bike on the lift, and I was detailing. I was like, oh, just big ass dick and balls on the valve stem, but it's like sticking out, so it's like
it's big.
It's like a ball hair away from the fucking rotor.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I'm like, oh.
He sucked it a little bit and then just left it there. Yeah.
Just spit shined it.
Yeah.
Then made sure it was a go. I don't care, bro. Like, what oh, you're gay. I'm like, my wife's got big titties, bro. Like,
and a big ass dick.
Yeah.
She was trying to
not her purse. It's not for me. It's not my mold.
I mean, most guys are immature, and it never really stops.
Yeah.
Here we are. I would imagine you're in the 40s.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure.
Thank you.
I'm in my 25s.
You're 35. But here I am.
You're in your 50s.
Yeah. I'm in my later 50s, and we're like, farts are funny, shit stories. It never. I can imagine when we're 80, if we're lucky to make it that far, these same stories will probably happen more often because you're losing control.
Yeah.
For
sure, dude.
I hope we're still podcasting in the 80 when we're 80. That'd be fun.
Oh, it would be fun to look back to this one or whatever, and then fast forward 25 years.
We'll still get the random comment like on YouTube or Instagram. You guys are so gay, just talking about dicks and farts and shit. What you talk about with your friends? Like,
I'm not like, what do you guys talk about?
Boring.
They must not have any friends.
They don't.
Yeah, because I mean, it's always I've always said that if we can't sit down and tell dick and fart jokes, I don't even want to hang out.
No, it's not fun.
No, it's not fun at all.
Yeah, no, I'll watch. My wife gets so mad because I'll be doom scrolling on
But
TikTok.
You're just looking at dicks, though. That's the difference.
No. Wait a minute. What?
He doom scrolls dicks, dude.
His algorithms all penises.
Yeah. It's bulges.
Bro, like I'll tell my wife, like, you don't want to go through my gallery because I do like I Photoshop my friends. Like, I'll look up on Google naked fat midgets guys, and then like I'll Photoshop my friends' faces on them and stuff like that. So like I have a bunch of like saved like pictures
just ready to go.
Yeah,
ready
dude.
to go.
At the go, bro. But I'm just like, it's gonna look dicey.
We needed a thing for podcasts for future is everybody has to show their browser history.
Browser or like their For You page.
Right, and just see what everybody's into. Or you just look at your browser page on your Instagram. If it's all titties and whatever you're into.
Yeah, I reset mine all the
time. No, mine, I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Mine's fish.
Well, it was crazy because mine was all titties. So many titties. Like, and I mean, I like titties, but I was like, man, I'm kind of tired of all these titties on my For You.
Titties are gross.
I need to switch the asses.
Yeah. It was like just crazy. And I did. I reset. You can reset it. And now I wanted to see how long it took to go back to titties because I'm not actively on there looking at titties.
Probably an afternoon.
It was 2 weeks.
How do you reset it?
I found a spot in the settings like to clear your search or something like that. And it go because like once you see the titties, then you got to go deeper into looking at the titties. You know what I mean? Like,
especially if they're a nice pair.
If you don't see the titties, you're not going deeper into the titties, right? So and within 2 weeks though, and I didn't search out any titties, all of a sudden there was titties again. But then the next day they went away. It was like they were trying to tease me with the titties.
Yeah, bring you back.
Come back.
Yeah.
Come back.
It's like a dope dealer. Here's a little bit for you.
Yeah.
This is on the house.
Yeah.
This is on the house.
I was like, man, I just kind of want to see some motorcycles actually.
Yeah.
Because your actual Instagram feed is nothing you follow.
No.
Absolutely nothing. Same with now they've done that to Facebook. Nothing you follow. So like I'm not ever seeing anybody that I really know. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of like, oh, you should follow this guy. This is a recommendation. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I go to the For You page a lot because like, all right, what's going on over here? Plus it's like a grid so you can see more, right? And so I was like, man, I kind of actually want to look at some motorcycles.
Well, now I get stuff popping up that I supposedly followed. I'm like, why? Who is this person?
Yeah.
And I look at it. I'm like, I never followed them, but they're all of a sudden I'm following them. So I have to delete these people.
Yeah.
And I actually went through a couple of weeks ago and tried to delete a lot of people that if I haven't had a conversation with somebody and I'm like, I followed for one post.
Yeah.
I just delete it.
Yeah.
I don't have no loyalty to these people.
No.
But
That's the weird thing too. Is like I've never done the follow for follow thing.
right.
That was something big for a few years ago. But I also don't really care to follow the same people on the Speed Kings page and my like personal page and whatever other pages I have. I don't want to follow all the same stuff because if my feed is this way here, I would like my feed different here.
Right.
What is the point of seeing the same shit? Because I have multiple pages, for whatever. I probably should just delete them all.
Well, see, I got to the point where I got tired of because I got a lot of married friends that I follow both the wife and the husband, but they repost each other's shit.
We
all
have
the
a friend
time.
that does that.
And I'm like, oh my God. So I'll unfollow one.
Yeah.
So I can see just at one time. Otherwise, I'm having this. I've seen this thing 4 times today.
You ever got a text? Hey, why'd you unfollow me?
No. I had a guy that he actually said something to me one day. I'm not going to say his name, but
Yeah.
he actually not confronted. He asked me, he's like, hey, he goes, did I do anything wrong? I go, what are you talking about? He goes, well, I just noticed you weren't following me anymore. And I'm like, kind of a weird thing. I'm like,
For a grown man to say.
yeah. So I said, I don't know. I go, but sometimes I have to refollow friends because it just, for whatever reason, it just unfollows on its own.
Yeah. Sometimes I just never followed you.
Right. Or that. Or I
Yeah,
got tired of seeing whatever you're posting because like, this is dumb.
Yeah. Like all of it, like a lot of this, like this whole last couple of years where people are like completely identified by their political state of views. And so I'm like, unfollow. Don't care which side.
Right.
Don't care to see it all.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm so tired of it.
I had a friend that I didn't dislike him or anything like that, but he like in person he was cool. You know what I mean? Like we got along. Like we went to Laughlin, not together. I think he rode with his family or something like that. But we met up and stuff like that. I remember it was he was posting like weird shit, dude, like some political stuff, and I'm just like, dude, I feel like you're just complaining. Like in my head, I'm just like, you don't even read Forbes. What the fuck are you posting? Can you believe Forbes said this? Whatever. I'm like, motherfucker, like. What do you stop complaining about shit, dude?
You're not this smart guy.
And I was just like, bro, you're just looking for, and it was just constantly just fucking crying. So I texted him. I was like, hey, bro. I was like, listen. I was like, nothing against you. I was just like, I'm just over the shit that you post, dude. And I'm just like, it's just not for me.
You
like, it's all you post.
preemptively told him you were going to unfollow him?
Yeah, and I told him I was like, it's nothing against you. Like,
I'll give that's a ballsy move, but I give him credit for being upfront.
100%.
yeah, no, because I'm gonna see him play.
Look at the big dick
know
on
what I
Brad.
No.
We're talking about Lorenzo.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, where's Brad?
Who's
Where's Brad at?
This is Brad. That must be the homeless guy you saw.
No, I was just like, man, I was like, I don't hate you. I'm just like, I'm just over the stuff that you post. Like
some people just go and hide their stuff.
because it's different.
I've done that.
Yeah,
Their posts are different than how they are in person. I don't know what it is. I was just like, I don't like the internet you. The real you, I'm cool with. Or
Right.
whatever.
It is weird how like the internet, there is internet use for some people, which is like they have this persona or something, but it's like, it is also weird how people notice if you're following them or not following them. And it's odd, I think. And yeah, also, so now to avoid, certain people, sometimes I'll just hide everything.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. I've hidden people before, but
you can mute their stories or their actual
Everything.
posts, and that's what I do. I mean, I got friends.
Geolocation and shit.
I need to talk to you how I do that because there's people where I'm just like,
and they'll never know, which is the nice thing.
Yeah, I got a couple people in there that I muted. But a while ago the settings were different where it literally says mute.
Yeah.
And you just press mute and you don't see anything again. And then now it's like they fucking changed everything. So I'm like, I can't
you know what? You need a teenage daughter to help you.
I do, but she doesn't post anything.
They don't do Instagram. They do Snapchat.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is. But.
I don't have one either.
You fucking boomer.
I don't have one.
I don't have one anymore. But
do you have TikTok?
I do have TikTok.
He's a TikTok fiend.
I mean,
TikTok is hilarious, bro.
Well, see, I follow like for me right now, it's motorcycles, gym stuff, fart videos. Where they go just fake farts.
Yes, I was just about to tell him the fart videos.
And what was the other one? Road rage incidents.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I had one of those. It wasn't a road rage. So I'm coming down, I think 15 South, because it seemed like you live out in Arizona. You can drive out here. And all of a sudden this car comes flying up behind me and all I see it's silver. and his windows are all blacked out. And just before he rear ends me, he jocks to one side, comes around and pulls right in front of me, and then he's doing 100 miles an hour.
It wasn't a white Silverado?
No.
That's my move.
Yeah. I would have shot at you. And it's got blacked out windows. You can't see who's driving. And the guy's just driving like, guy or girl's driving like an asshole.
Yeah. Welcome to the IE.
And so I'm like, oh my God. Exactly. And it was, which camera do I look at? This one?
That one's pointing at you.
Okay. America. If you drive a matte gray BMW S series with chrome rims, you can kiss my whole asshole. So
it's probably got a little cock on it too, bitch.
I hope he or she sees that, because I thought I was going to get rear-ended.
Yeah.
And he was doing 100 plus.
Yeah.
I'm doing 80.
You're not that good of a driver.
No. Okay, Mario.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's because you do a ton of out of state riding.
Mm-hmm.
People in this state drive like shit.
California and Florida.
And Texas.
And Texas. Yeah. Texas will be my third, but Florida?
Oh, New York is my first for sure.
Well, yeah, especially if you're downtown.
Oh my Lord. I drove a car in New York. Oh, it's the crazy. It's like,
it looks like it'd be driving in TJ.
Dude, it's the craziest experience you'll ever fucking do. I literally made a wrong turn. I'm under the ocean in a tunnel that cost $45, and I had to turn around in that tunnel. It added fucking like an hour to my drive because I had to go all the way to like New Jersey, turn around, go back in the tunnel, come all the way back because I made the wrong turn.
So you had to pay the toll twice. Ouch.
Yeah. That was a while. And it's just, the roads are so old. They're narrower, and in the morning, all the delivery trucks are just got roads blocked off and shit because they're trying to deliver to these businesses and whatnots. And that was an experience, but yeah, that's definitely my first, but still it is, the moment you enter back into California.
Oh yeah.
It's like as soon as you cross that imaginary border, people just start driving like shit.
Attitudes and horrible drivers.
Bro, the other day I was trying to go to the car wash, and it was a Sunday, and surprisingly there was no line to get in the drive-through. Usually it's packed because it has a touchless or like a brush.
Oh, they're gonna say ICE came and took all the employees.
no, it's not manpower or anything
They
like
would have
that.
taken him too.
So I get in the turn lane to turn there, and I'm like, oh, there's a fucking truck coming. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna have to get stuck behind this truck. There's two washes there, and then there's like the do-it-yourself bays,
like the duck one or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we
So I was just like, all right. So then he's slowing down, and I was like, all right. So he's taking his time, like pulling up, and then I can see him just like looking in. No, but then he pulls in, but he pulls in like in a way where he blocks the entire in and out. But really, it's only supposed to be entrance in because that's all there's room for to go in there. So he's blocking it, and he stops, and I was just like, oh, is he lost? And he stops, and then he's sitting there, and I'm just like, all right, I'll let him figure it out, like which lane he's going to go in, because there's a car in one of them, and one is just completely empty. So I was like, all right, dude. So then he stops, and I was like, he's stopped for a long fucking time.
Yeah, common sense dictated on the empty one.
Then he starts backing out, and I was just like, oh, fuck, bro. It's going to be an issue, because there's one car, and usually there's lots of cars like on this road, and there's nobody there. So I was just like, of course, there's one car behind him. Car goes around him, and he backs out, and then he starts driving, and he stops in front of the entire driveway. And he's like looking around, like, because there's a second entrance or whatever. And I'm just like, and my window was down. I was like, and I just leaned down. I was like, fucking figure it out, bro. Like, what the fuck? And then he stops and he moves a little bit forward. He rolls his window. And he's like, what the fuck's your problem? And I was like,
mine.
I was like, what are you doing, man? Get out of here, dude. Like, go down. And he just drove down to the next exit. And then he just fucking took off. And I was like, the fuck was that all about, bro?
Dude.
Like, why are you mad at me?
It's crazy when these people get mad at you for their fuck up. Like
that's bad. Yeah, they deal with it. That's
all the time. Like okay, if you're sitting at a stoplight on your phone and it turns green, I'm going to give you about 4 seconds.
You get a tap,
and I'm just going to I just do a quick one,
just a quick courtesy.
Just a quick tap,
unless I'm feeling antsy, and then I'm going to give you the real long one.
You're just gonna lay on the
I'll just lay it on until they move.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit on it. But usually now, like I've been trying to be calmer and stuff. I just a little like, hey, and 99% of the time you get the like, fuck you, or you get the like, what the fuck,
right.
And it's like, but like, and recently I've done it. I was at a stoplight. I was on my fucking phone looking at something or looking at, and boom, got up, and I was like, oops, sorry.
Yeah, quick wave, sorry.
I do a quick wave, sorry. Like, oh fuck, that's my fault.
As aggravated as I can get, like for sure, I know when I fuck up, or if somebody lets me in, yeah, I got to make sure I roll the window down, and I make sure my hand goes all the way out the window. And my wife's like, what are you doing? She's like, I got to say thank you. She's like,
you make sure you see all 5 fingers.
Yeah,
you're flipping you off.
You got to let him know. Thanks, man.
He's got his hand up there. He's like,
follow me. Follow me for one of these.
I got you on the next exit.
pull into the Love's gas station over here. Oh,
Well, I'm trying to be better about that because I typically have a driving temper.
Yeah.
And so a gas station, car wash store, me and another guy, we actually pulled in the same driveway simultaneously. And, we both did one of these numbers, we're both at fault.
You move.
And we pull up and now we're waiting for the lanes to empty so we pull up so the people can vacuum. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. I get out of my truck. I walk over to him and now he's like, oh shit. And I go, roll your window down. And I put my hand out. I go, having a bad day. I'm sorry. And he's like, oh my God. He goes, thank you. He goes, I'm sorry too. And it was handled perfectly.
I'd be like, that's what I thought, pussy.
I get back in my car. I'm like, I actually feel good about that.
I went home and told my wife, I almost beat this big guy's ass at the gas station, but I had him apologizing.
I'm glad you're starting to read that Marcus Aurelius book you bought, dude.
But the same car wash. We talk about ice. I know the general manager at
What the fuck?
at HB Toyota.
He's already called them for you to come.
I know they're waiting for me outside.
Yeah. So he says, hey, he goes, I bought a new truck recently. So he was like, if you want to get a wash, he goes, it may take a while because ICE just raided the car wash next door. And
they go there.
They took like 12 or 13 people. And I'm like, oh, that sucks because, they're all hardworking people.
Yeah,
and they've probably been here for years. And he goes, the same owner owns like several other other car washes.
They're hitting all of them.
They're hitting all of them. And I'm like, how'd they end up in Huntington Beach?
Yeah.
But I felt bad because I've been going there for 20 years.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, where's Enrique? He's across the border now.
Yeah.
You had him at Enrique. Bro.
Yeah. It's a very weird. It's very weird discussion. This whole situation.
It's dicey for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because I know people from different countries that are here and they, they're all for this ICE situation.
Right.
Because they came here, they did the fucking program, they got their fucking, situation handled and they became citizens right away. You know what I mean?
Total respect for that.
Yeah. And it's like, but it's, like I hear it talked about a lot on podcasts and things like that or whatever. And it's like, when you're living in a country like a, third world, whatever type country, like why would you not try to essentially infiltrate a country where you can have a better life? I mean, I know I would, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be just sitting there in fucking Mexico looking across the border like one day,
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's today, but it is weird. It's always a weird, because it's really like, I mean, I don't know, like I guess on the Western side of this country, I mean, it's really all Mexicans for the most part, right? Is that the way it seems to work?
Well, because they're close to Mexico. It's either here or Texas.
So are they hitting the like East Coast also and doing Dominicans or whatever? I don't know.
I don't see a whole lot of illegals in New York or the eastern country states.
I mean, they're
there, but California, Texas, where we border,
Florida, probably, right?
It's
Canadians?
different though, isn't it? Wasn't it a rule like Cubans? Like
Cuba's part of our country.
No, it's not, you idiot.
Isn't? I thought
no.
We're not attached to Cuba.
No, we don't do anything
but I
with
thought they were a part of our
territory. You think of Puerto Rico?
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
Yeah. I don't think you did be so hostile. Jesus,
bro.
Yeah,
we tried
a nerve.
God.
Dude, wasn't that part of the whole missile crisis? Like back in the day,
there.
Cuba with John Kennedy or
whatever?
Yeah.
We beef with Cuba. That's why we're like barely allowed to go to Cuba.
See, I was there.
That's where all the good cars are.
Yeah, Jerry knows. But I think they have. I think East Coast is more like Asians. They say the biggest. I think it's been a couple of years, but from what I remember, it was the biggest population of illegal immigrants was Asians.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, but they're coming in. They're coming in through Mexico still.
So they're raiding nail salons and massage parlors.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
not here, but they got their ears to the street for sure.
Yeah.
I got a friend that works in the
massage parlor.
No,
get the coupons.
No.
One free happy ending.
I want to go to a massage parlor, but I'm so afraid. Like what if it's one of those tinfoil window like massage parlors? You don't know, bro. I seen them on TikTok, dude.
Tinfoil.
Yeah, if they put tinfoil in the windows, They're doing something sketchy with your butthole.
Yeah, if you can't see into the business and all you see is the neon massage, and you got to ring yourself in and speak through a porthole, it's a rub and tug.
That's the good one.
I was like, I don't want to get caught in there. Or if I do, it's
$40 for 30 minutes and it's $60 for a handy.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard,
bro. That's what
on TikTok. That's what they say. That's what they say on TikTok. But yeah, no, it's for sure a dicey thing. Like there's got to be some kind of, I wouldn't say I believe in open border, because you got to monitor it somehow, bro. You can't just have everybody coming here
I definitely don't believe in open border.
There has to be some sort of vetting system, which there is if you do it legally.
Yeah, because my family, my grandma came here from Germany. There wasn't, she had to do the program.
Things were different back in those days, where I want to say it was almost easier to get documented and stuff like that, because there wasn't that many people
it wasn't 1912, bro. It was,
it was where you had a hard time back then.
50s, no, maybe the 40s, 50s.
It was like 40s, yeah. Because my mom was born in 55.
Okay,
so it wasn't like it was, what's that island, whatever the fuck, where people were fucking coming over
from New York.
Ellis Island, yeah. Sean Ellis Island.
Shout out Sean.
And but like, again, I have friends, that have come over and done the whole program, and it's weird. It just seems like, because we're border mates, people come over here, and then and I don't think it has to do a lot with the people being here necessarily. I think it has a lot more to do with the way previous administrations have given away taxpayers' money to these people that are not here legally.
Right.
And I think we should care about that.
Oh yeah, no, it's our money.
It's not just our money, but it's money that should be going to potentially teachers or people that are service members to our communities, things like that, our roads, are these things. A lot of it, you know what I mean? And then instead, it's going, and there's proven documents that a lot of money are going to certain groups of people. You know what I mean? And you, instead of helping out our veterans that have insane PTSD, that need some real clinical fucking help or real new programs and funding for that kind of stuff, they're just giving this money away to people that essentially didn't come in and follow the laws put into place.
So if you're going to go down that road, I think I think, and I don't disagree.
Yeah.
And we're not in charge of how the tax money is being spent, because if you look at what you're paying for,
I don't even want to pay taxes.
I don't go to the library. I don't ride the bus.
Right.
No. I don't pay for all this. My roads are still shitty.
And I agree with that part. I agree that we should be able to have a system put in place where we can say, well, here's where, like, if you have to, I have to pay this much in taxes based on my income. Here's where I choose it to go to.
Yeah,
I don't want to buy Gavin Newsom a new fucking mansion.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want all these people making money off our backs. I don't believe that people in power of that nature, like higher up in the government, should be making that much money. I think we need to put a system in play, those term limits, and these people make a normal salary, because the people that are willing to do that job at a normal salary instead of career politicians or career, people in power, are going to do a better job, in my opinion.
See how badly they want to do that job when they're not getting paid for it.
Exactly. They want to make this place a better place, not being like, well, I can make fucking $1 million a year. Exactly. Right, and all these people are. I don't give a fuck what side of the wing, it's all the same. That's to me how it all.
Yeah. Like I said, I believe there needs to be some kind of checks and balances on who are getting in here. I understand. I have a friend who was stuck. He's working on his paperwork and stuff like that. He's here on DACA. He wasn't born here, but it's a whole weird situation.
But didn't he get it done?
He did, but he was stuck down there in Mexico for a month because they wouldn't let him back across. He's a firefighter in fucking Chula Vista,
and that's even weirder.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
and
so
they
what
had him
is he? Was he here on a work visa then? Like how? That's what I just don't understand.
How's that happen?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know how a DACA works, but like they're changing it. So he's basically paying a bunch of money every year to be here, but he worked, never been to jail, never been to prison or whatever, and he's still fighting for it. And then what should have been just like 2 weeks ended up being, I think it was a little over a month. I think it was almost 2 months.
So he has to pay to stay?
He had to pay every year to stay.
And because
I respect that.
and then
that's how bad he wanted to be here.
Yeah. And then the LAPD, what it was like a year ago, 2 years ago, that they were hiring non-citizens to be LAPD members.
Right.
And of course, the headline of it was like, illegal alien. But when you actually read how the program, it was all these people were people that have been in this country since they were like little children, like 2 years old or something like that. But the protocol was they were not like allowing them to take the gun home with them. Like they had to turn it in. And I'm like, if you're trusting these people to be be on the streets and help out people, then just fucking make them a citizen.
Right. Right.
What is the point of this? Also, you know what I mean? So there's definitely a lot of
that's how I feel about these workers.
Same with I know who you're talking about. If we're trusting him to be a firefighter / use those guys that EMT, what the fuck? Fast track this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Give him, this is stupid.
I worked with a guy. They were brothers, and they had different last names for obvious reasons. And I think a lot of the time,
dads.
No.
I'm trying to think what's so obvious about it.
so they're Mexican. Okay. They're Mexican with different last names. Same parents though. But a lot of the time, and this is in construction, non-union construction, and all they wanted to do was work and provide for their family. They weren't troublemakers.
100%.
They were trying to live off the land. I've seen him lose part of his finger in a scissor lift, and he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, my finger's gone. It got smashed."
Getting duct tape?
And I was like,
was this right after it happened?
It literally happened on the job. He came over to me with a smashed finger because he was holding the lift on something, and then they were coming down on it like an idiot, and it smashed his finger.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came up to me and he was just like, "Hey," and I was like, "You need to go to the hospital." And he was like, "No, I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna go home."
Too.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Dude, you have to go to the hospital, bro." He was like, "No, I'm just gonna go home."
I'll super glue it.
He went back to Mexico, got his finger fixed up. He was back the next fucking week, bro.
Yeah.
And this was like a Thursday, Friday that this happened. Came back and just went back to work. And a lot of the time they're scared.
Oh yeah.
They're scared to get on the radar because they just want to work. That's why I think they're scared to go do things in the proper channels because they don't want to leave. They would rather risk it, provide for their family, and then hopefully it works out. I have another friend. I don't want to say his name because it's crazy, but
ICE is probably listening right now.
yeah. No, his parents aren't from here, but they all they ever did is work. Landscapers, you know what I mean? He basically got citizenship because he got beat up and attacked and maced and all that shit like that. So because it was a hate crime, they fast tracked his paperwork. They're like, "Oh, our bad. Here you go." Like,
wow.
Because the cop did it?
I don't know who did. I don't think it was cop. I think it was just a bunch of just
That's weird.
Morons.
yeah. They just seen him working and they just jumped him and fucked him up pretty good. And so he got status. You know what I mean? Like that way. But I'm just like, I think, and that's what a lot of them are. They're scared. That's why they don't call the cops when they get robbed, beat up, and all that shit like that because they don't want to get on the radar. And
I get
fucking
that
get
too.
it.
But also at the same time, essentially you're already here breaking the law.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's weird. It is a weird.
I mean, there's a lot of checks and balances, but then at some point it's humanitarian too. It's like,
exactly,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
I'm always trying to I always try to find my perspective and think about it all logically, not just like fuck you.
Yeah, I used to be black and white like that.
Yeah,
it was one or the other. But now I'm like, I see the gray a little bit. As I get older,
there's a lot of gray.
A lot of it makes me sad.
Not just in his beard either. A lot of gray.
This is chrome.
Yeah,
this is chrome.
He's got platinum, dude. You just look old.
Like I saw somebody post something. Somebody said something. I forgot who it was. I'm going to misquote it, but they were just like, I agree. They need to get these shitty people out of here.
Yep.
Because they're not all fucking great.
Right.
Yeah. They're not all great. But at the same time, they're not raiding these fucking ghettos and like these shitty hangout spots. They're going to people's
car washes.
They're going to places of employment.
Yeah, car washes
to take these people. And granted, there are some shitty people working. You know what I mean? But
go raid Casablanca. Fucking downtown Riverside right here. Like go raid some spots that you're gonna take some shit bags.
The Abuelita selling burritos out of her fucking van.
Yeah,
leave her alone.
Yeah. It is weird. I mean, again, it is.
Yeah, it's fucking tough, but
I don't know.
It is what it is.
I don't even know how we got here, but
Can we get back to buttholes?
I want to get back to Jerry's fucking bike.
yeah.
What the fuck, Jerry?
I got problems.
Yeah, you do. Well,
Oh, yeah.
he sold his
yeah,
road, built the shit out of his road glide,
Yeah.
sold it, and then got this. It was shark skin, and then I see it come up again one day, and I'm like, what happened to that last bike? Why is this white?
Yeah. So the 2020 bike I raffled,
Yep.
I got to a point where I don't want to say I was bored with it, but
they
ran
do get bored.
It ran its course, and everything that I wanted to do, any bling factor, anything new shiny, I was over it. And so, and then I had a couple trips where I had some things go wrong with it, and it just kind of got frustrating. And so I said, it's time. Maybe it's time for a new bike, because I do put a lot of miles on these things.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And
A smidgen.
so I've decided, and at the time it was a crappy market, probably like it is now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the thing to do was raffle, and that was my second one, because I raffled off an FXR a couple of years prior to that. So I'm like, all right, at least I can try to get some money for it, and I asked what I thought was a reasonable price, knowing what I had into it, but take with a grain of salt. You're never going to get, they're not investments.
No.
And so
The worst.
they're the worst, so you build them for yourself, and then you take a loss when you sell them. It's like, whatever.
It's like renting a cool bike for a while.
Yeah. And so I decided, it's funny, I bought the 24 model, which was the shark skin blue, because I kind of liked it. It wasn't sold on it because every time I saw it, it was amongst of silver, black, gray bikes. So I just looked out of place. And so when I finally bought it, or wanted to take a closer look at it, I called Brandon from Quaid, Harley Davidson. I said, hey, I want to come look at one. Can you just set one aside away from all the other bikes? I want to see just so I could take it in. And I go, I want to buy one, but I don't know what color I want. So I went there, and in my mind, aesthetically, I'm trying to figure out what I can do. And so I had an idea, which is kind of the same idea I have now, but so I ended up buying it. So I was never really, it grew on me, but I was never really 100% with it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And so a friend of mine has a 24 model as well, and his is white. It's that onyx pearl white.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all at our Sunday breakfast, and after we were done, he wanted to take me by his office. He works in Irvine. He's a CEO of a construction company. So we go there, and we're walking around, and he mentions he's got a West Coast chopper, a CFL, that's kind of the similar blue. And he goes, I love the blue because I wish I would have got it. And in my mind's already going 100 miles an hour. What he's telling me, I'm digesting it. I'm like, look, I said, let me run something by it, and feel free to say no pressure. And I go, because he mentioned he might want to sell the CFL. And I go, well, then you wouldn't have any blue bikes in your stable.
Yeah.
He's like, no. Yeah. I go, how about this? So if you want to swap tins, just bring the bike to my house, whenever you want. I go, leave it with me for a day or two. I'll make the swap. And I'll have your white tins, and both bikes were brand new. And I think and you'll have the blue. And he sits there for a second. He's like, fuck it, let's do it. So well, follow me home. So he literally rode to my house, and we pulled in the garage, and Lisa opens the door, and he's parking next to me, and she's like, do I even want to know?
You guys having a slumber party?
Yeah. And I said, no, I go, this isn't going to cost any money. It's just going to cost time, labor. And so then he texts his girlfriend. She comes and picks him up. And so I spent the next 2 days moving everything over. So he came to pick it up. I think he dropped it off on a Sunday, and then he went out of town for a few days. So he picked it up on a Thursday, and he was in love with it. I was in love with the white. We were both happy. It was like the cheapest paint job ever.
Yeah.
And so to this day, it's been maybe 4 or 5 months since we did it. He's still stoked on the blue. I'm still happy with the white. And it just goes better with what my vision was on my bike.
Yep.
So that was why it had happened. It wasn't, I had a lot of people like, did you trade that one in already and get a white one?
I thought you painted everything, bro. I was just like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, why do you paint it white?
Yeah, but you just got it, dude.
And I'm not typically a white fan, but the pearl has a lot of flake in it. So when it's out in the sun,
just kidding.
Yeah,
just kidding.
I know, whatever. So,
Wow.
what's your address again?
I can't believe you're trying to make this about race.
I know. What, you gonna paint it brown?
I hate white bikes. I'm trying to paint mine white too, though.
But and then so it made it easier to find it in the parking lot. I don't know. But I'm never satisfied, and I don't know if it's the way I'm raised with my dad. My dad was the same way. He always, he built model airplanes. He built cars, motorcycles, sand rails. So I grew up with all this, helping him in the garage, modify, fix things. And he always told me, do it right the first time.
But did he have, when you grew up and he's doing this, did he have a sand rail that you always had? Or was it like he fixed up a sand rail, rode it for a little bit, got rid of it, got a different one, like traded up?
No, because we were into the glamour scene for probably 15 years, before he lost. He had about a bunch of medical problems. So he lost both his legs from diabetes. And so he really couldn't do any of that anymore. So that's when he swapped back to model airplanes. He's building these ducted fans that are $15,000 to build, just craziness.
Jeez.
But just his attention to detail and the little things he would spend days on. And so I watched this. And so I think it just ingrained in me.
Yeah.
And so I'm the same way with bikes. I powder coated a derby cover or something, or a cam cover, and it just didn't sit well with me. And I ended up taking it off the next day.
Jerry does go through parts. I see it.
And it took it to the anodizer, had him strip it, and then took it to a polisher, then took it back and had him do it black. And I'm like, okay, all is right in the world. In Jerry's world, all is right with it. But that's just the way I am. And I just can't. I wish I had an off switch. And so I think I have some sort of ADHD or OCD, but maybe a combination of both, because I was actually with some friends over the weekend. And we were talking about, like, right now, I'm present with this conversation.
Yeah.
In my mind, there's like 3 other TVs playing.
Yeah.
I got stuff I have to do tomorrow. I need to go to the powder coat. And it never stops. And, and so if I don't know what I would do if I didn't have something to go on. I'd probably be able to rest a lot easier and sleep better. Like last night, I tossed and turned, and it's.
You didn't know what you're going to wear to the podcast?
Well, I knew it was.
He didn't know how tight of a shirt to wear.
I knew I wasn't wearing white underwear. But it's just those TVs. It's like watching a split screen or like football. You got football, 4 games going on at the same time, and you just going, and that's just the way my mind works. And I wish it wasn't like that. And so it's
good and bad.
It's good and bad. I mean, it's cost me a shitload of money.
Yeah. But what are you going to do with that money anyways?
Yeah, I mean, I could spend it at strip clubs or going up my nose or whatever, but
I was thinking like investment real estate, but that's fine too.
Yeah. But I pay my mortgage. I'm comfortable. I'm doing okay, and so like Lisa and I, we keep our finances separate. And so she doesn't ask me, she doesn't know what I spend. I don't ask her what she spends on stuff.
She just sees you a week before the end of the month just eating top ramen.
Well, yeah. It's like,
and spam straight out the can.
It's been a rough week. Yeah. I'm always trying to get myself invited to friends' houses for dinner. But anyway.
Is it Super Bowl yet?
Do you have a hamburger helper?
So it's one of those things. And so my current bike, I've been through, I got more parts coming this week, but it's getting to a point where I'm going to be done with it. I can't, other than painting the bike, which I don't have the money to do for what I kind of want to do.
Yeah.
I don't have the money for it. So now it's just going to get to the point where it's good. I haven't broke into the motor other than changing the lifter blocks black and the push rod tubes black and the rocker box is black, but I haven't touched anything inside the motor. So, and I'm fighting the urge to not put a cam in it, but it's fast enough because it's got the sport mode that you can.
It's crazy that how well those modes actually work.
They work, and you can go in and edit it.
Yeah. You can open up everything.
Come on, what's the guy from 2 Life Crew? Not Lance, but the other guy. Galen. He goes, you can actually. So he made a video for me, sent it to me, and you go in there and you change it, and you 100% throttle, 100% brake, whatever you want, and you can fine tune it, and then you implement it. And so from just doing that, it felt like I put an SNS cam in it. I'm like, holy crap, this really opened this bike up.
Yeah.
I mean, I know if putting a cam, like a real cam on top of that, will be a lot faster, but at what point, I don't race it. I'm not doing wheelies. I just want something to be reliable.
Well, we just rode, me and Fabian, we rode brand new bikes to 4 Corners and back. And, bone stock. I mean, he was on a CVO ST because Harley gave us a couple of fleet bikes to ride.
Nice.
And I was just on a bone stock road glide. But I was, I think I already talked about this, but I was thoroughly impressed on how well these bikes are, but just in the bone stock.
Just out of the box.
I've never ridden bone stock bikes,
right.
Because unless it's out of the van onto the lift, you know what I mean? Like every bike I've ever bought, I pretty much already had parts sitting waiting because I knew I was going to buy the bike.
You had like 4 miles on it. You're putting changing bars and seats.
100%. At the very least, just bar seats, exhaust, and an intake.
Right.
Just because that's like the bare minimum, right? And it's like just to get that comfortability that you think you need. But man, those dudes,
they're nice.
It's crazy.
I mean, this bike, the white one, it started off where I left Quaid, and prior to that, I had RW. They had sent me the rear and front drop-in cartridges. I had a seat that was being currently made by LaPera, and I had bars and risers.
Nope.
And so I had dropped those off at Ravi from Ravi Savage, and so I rode straight to his shop, and we swapped everything out. Because riding there, I just couldn't do the lawnmower or the wheelbarrow bars, what do you want to call them? They were horrible.
Yeah.
And so, and even the seat pushed me up too close. I'm like, oh, I hope a new seat fixes that, which it did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's it. And maybe a Clockworks, something just bolt on. You don't have to worry about ruining a warranty.
Yeah.
And of course, a week later, I'm
down the rabbit hole.
I'm on Instagram looking at parts, like, oh, that would look pretty. Ooh, that would look nice. Next thing you know, I got boxes of parts showing up, and Lisa's like, stock, huh?
Yeah.
And she calls me on my bullshit. I'm like,
stock-ish.
That's what I said. I go, what's this stock-ish? And
factory custom.
But it's funny. The problem with modifying bikes is, a lot of Harley dealerships won't work on it.
Yeah.
When they get there, like, that's not our stuff. We're not going to work on it. And then you're stuck. And I had that problem with my last bike. I broke down we were riding to Canada, and the shop, they're like, we don't stock that. Well, it wasn't that problem, but it was
adjacent.
And and fortunately I talked to the shop owner, and I think we were in Montana, right at the border there, or Wyoming, forget where we crossed over, but and he'd followed me on Instagram. He's like, we'll take care of it. I'm like, oh, thank God. Because he knew I was trying to catch up to the rest of the group. So I told them to keep going, and I don't ruin their trip. And so I spent 3 or 4 days trying to catch up to him, which eventually me and my buddy Matt did. But it was kind of like, I see the appeal of leaving something stock, you know?
Because Roji has a totally different bike that he's doing these trips on now, huh?
Right, yeah. He's got
his crazy Road Glide, and then he's got like basically a bone stock Road Glide with like headlights.
He's got T-Town headlights.
Yep.
Which they just put on. They're pretty nice.
Yep.
Nice. And then bars, risers.
Comfortability stuff.
BMC made him a seat that is like 3 inches further back because he's an orangutan.
Yep.
So, and then and the slip-ons from like Fab 28.
Yeah.
And he just leaves it. And that's his touring bike. His hot rod bike, though, all flamed.
Yeah.
That's for breakfast rips. So, and I probably could do the same, but I'm like, I don't want to be dealing with 2 bikes because I know what'll happen.
You're going to go deep on the
doing
other
that
bike.
one too.
I'll start ripping into that one when I should just leave it alone. And it's
hard.
It's hard. And I like
an addiction.
I like having nice stuff. I really do.
Well, there's something about it too. Like, it's not just having nice stuff. I don't think it's like the things that you're into are, if you look at all the stuff that you've been into, like Glamis, sand rails, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to like say that the term, but it is kind of this big dickin', right? And and it's not like in the sense of like, look at me, but it's like, it's this group of people that you want them to look at your bike and be like, that's a fucking nice bike.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's, I don't know. Yeah. It's something about it.
It was, a nice compliment that literally happened at breakfast this morning. So JD, who won the raffle, won my 2020 bike. He lent it to another buddy whose bike is down. He goes, hey, you guys want to go to breakfast and we'll go to Long Beach swap meet? And he goes, hey, just borrow my bike.
Yeah.
And so my buddy Jay sends me a picture. It's my bike, and JD had switched the license plate that says not goo.
Yeah.
And so our buddy Joey, he walks up to me. He goes, I rode with Jay yesterday. He goes, I didn't realize how badass that bike was until I was riding next to it, because I really never looked at it. He goes, you did a fucking phenomenal job on fixing it up and the aesthetics and this and that.
The flow.
And he goes, it was perfect. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I've ridden with JD since he's got the bike. And it was one point we were riding side by side. A little part of me was like, oh, I should have kept it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. But then
I miss my Road Glide.
But then as soon as I rode off from him after we were all going home, I'm like, I love this bike.
Man. And that's a weird comparison too. I mean, these new Road Glides are not the old Road Glides.
No, they're not.
By any means. I mean, I hate to say, I think they're better.
They are. Harley actually did a lot of good things on these bikes.
Yeah, they feel lighter. They feel more nimble.
Mm.
I think the bags are somehow bigger, but you feel like you can manipulate them more. Like,
right.
a lot of things. It took a while for the new fairing to get kind of. In the beginning, I'm just like, I do like the previous fairing better. But the new fairing's not as bad as it used to be visually to me.
It grew on you.
Yeah. I definitely would like one. I would like one. I think they're fun bikes.
Well, see, I wasn't a fan either because they were just too angular,
Yeah.
And boxy looking. And it was just like when the new Softails came out. Everybody hated them, but give it 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves them.
Yeah.
And so they stick with that for 5 or 6, whatever their run is for keeping a bike the same. And eventually, okay, it's time to switch it up a little bit because people are probably getting bored.
Yeah.
So I like what they did with this bike. It really is nice. All the electronics, there's been some issues and, growing pains with all the screen, which I absolutely love.
I do love the screen. There's a lot going on in the hand controls.
There is. It's almost too much. It's almost and the hand controls are bigger. So I'm like, I don't really like, they look like big, bulky, just big pieces that are stuck on there. And it took a while for me to figure out how to get the Apple CarPlay to work because you need an actual microphone you have to
you can hook your Lexan or whatever headset up to it, then the CarPlay will work.
So Lexan, I couldn't do that because
you have to plug in the phone and then do the.
Well, I had to in order to get that to work. There was a stereo guy in Florida who was selling this. What do they call it? Like a dongle.
Yeah.
And so you plugged it in under your seat at the accessory port, and that tricked the computer thinking you had a headset.
Oh.
But that would get you Apple CarPlay. So you'd plug in Bluetooth, whatever, and then you get your mapping system from your phone. However, it wouldn't allow you to play music in your ears because Lexan didn't have proprietary rights to Harley. They were only using Cardo or whatever it was at the time, or their own.
Gotcha.
And so,
I never got it in there.
That was one of the drawbacks. So when I got this new bike, I'm like, I don't want to do the dongle. So, and then Lexan went out of business recently, and for their headsets because they had problems with China parts.
Yep.
And then, and so then I started looking into Cardo. So I bought the Cardo, and I was able to. You had to sync your Cardo to the bike. You had to sync your phone to the bike, and then they're both Bluetooth. And then when you just leave your Bluetooth on, so when you start your bike, it automatically populates and fills your screen. So the first day the first time I had it, I was able to get music. It took me a while to figure out how to get music. Well, the next time I rode it, it wouldn't pipe the music, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And so I actually still haven't figured it out, but I need to delete it and start over and start fresh.
Yeah.
And so it's probably it's probably a user error.
Yeah.
But I forgot how much I loved listening to music. And the Cardo speakers, I think they use JBL speakers. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
So you can do 80, and where before you could listen to it, but only because you knew the song, you knew what the words were. But now it's loud enough and clear enough to where you can actually hear the words.
Yeah.
And so and plus it gives you something to listen to, or a Speakings podcast from writing.
There you go.
If you want to hear,
Dick and fart jokes.
Steve and Cherry stories about shit in their pants in high def in your ear.
I always have a smile on my face, but if I'm riding, but to get laughing too.
Oh yeah.
Because it's funny. I've
never done a podcast while riding, only music.
Yeah. I did one, and I forget who I listened to. It was I forget what it was, something stupid, but but it was enjoyable. It was like, if I go to the gym and I listen to podcasts, it makes the horrible cardio go by much faster. Same thing with a bike, I don't
think I've been to the gym since podcast came out.
Yeah. Well, we rode to, it was fun. It would have been nice because I saw you at Four Corners. So we rode through the night. We left Roji's house in Costa Mesa at 11 o'clock at night because we were trying to time the storms that were coming from the north, I believe. And so we left at 11 o'clock at night, and we rode it was like graveyard shift working. Yeah. We rode through the night, and I didn't have my music hooked up, and it was the most, because there's no scenery because it's dark.
Yeah.
It was the longest 840 miles I've ever ridden. I've ridden up to 1,200, but with music, but without, it's like, oh my God. And finally got rejuvenated when sun started coming up. I'm like, oh shit, now I can see stuff. And now we're kind of excited. We're like 100 miles from Colorado.
Do you guys have like all that warm heating gear and shit?
I do now because I'm a pussy.
Oh, it was cold.
So Lisa, she got tired of. So it was she just bought me stuff because she was tired of hearing me whine. But it was very nice of her. So she bought me heated grips, and then bought the Harley Davidson plug-in jacket. Heated grips, game changer. So they almost get too hot.
Yeah.
Where I typically wear summer gloves.
Yep.
And every once in a while I have to kind of like release the grip and let the air hit my hands a little bit to cool it off. It got to the point where we rode somewhere. I pulled in. I'm like, and I had this red mark, like it had almost like it burned the skin.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Get that old Home Alone treatment.
but yeah, exactly. But it was, but I was running the Clockworks handguards, which are wider.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the air hit my knuckles. So I was rather comfortable, and then plug it in, I just got a little click here. It looks like a poker chip. It's a click, click, click.
Yep.
And it got too warm where I actually had to back off a little bit. And
I just had the jacket. I've only wore it once. It's pretty nice.
I seen a video where a guy was riding a bike and his jacket caught on fire while he was riding.
like a Tesla.
Yeah, basically. Dude, I test rode a bike. I took somebody on a test ride when I worked at the dealership, and I was on it was like an Ultra of some kind or whatever, and it was during the day, and my hands were fucking burning, and I was just like, this fucking bike, how long has this bike been sitting outside? And I'm riding, and then the guy pulls up next to me that I was taking on the test ride, and lucky if it wasn't for him, I probably would have had imprints melted in my hand, because he goes, how do you turn the heated grips off? And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, that's why these motherfuckers are burning, bro. Like they get warm. You know
They do get warm.
What's his face? Casey from Cafe Customs. He pushes those fucking heated grips.
They're nice.
When I picked up my bike, he was just like, man, you really need some heated grips. And I was like, no, I don't.
I don't
and on the new bikes, they're so easy because the plug is right there. It takes you 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The only issue is you have to have the bike flashed so it recognizes. Yeah. So that cost me whatever, $60, but
so dumb.
But so when I rode out, I the buttons on the left side, so I clicked it, and on my head, a little icon. It had 3 phases, 1, 2, and 3. Yep. And so I'm like, oh my God. And so I turned them on just to see on the way. I'm like 5 miles from the dealership. And I'm like, I'll never do without these again.
Yeah.
They're just
game
money.
I feel the whole changing the bikes around. Like I get happy, and my bike will stay the same for a while, but then like I start to like, I need that. I'm like, no, I don't. And it's funny because we just my wife was talking because she wants to get a new car. She has a new car, but I wanted a third row,
a newer new car.
Yeah, she wants something smaller. We got a third row SUV, and we don't need a third row anymore. Why? We've only had it for a year because Halo drives. What
happens if you guys all go together though?
We never go. We'd all fit.
She started driving like 4 months ago.
The kids don't want anything to do with Lorenzo now.
Yeah. So she's
gonna get another car. Then next year, Halo's gonna want to go somewhere with them.
Exactly.
She put so many miles on this new car already. I'm driving all the kids and stuff like that around. If she was to trade it in, she'd be upside down. So I was just like, listen, I've always gotten. I get into these hobbies and I start like fish. We were talking about fish. I've been into fish for like 3 months, dude, and I'm on my second tank. Like it's one thing after another.
So to the point where for his birthday, I got him a fish gift card,
bro.
And some of those fish are pricey.
I went to a fish expo.
All his fish are this big.
I mean, you can spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a
fish this big.
Well, not that big. Well, maybe, but
he's got a tank with like 40 fish, and they're all this big or smaller. And this is his addiction now.
Well, they'll grow within like the size of the tank. They'll grow to a certain point.
He went to a fish convention.
It's betta fish.
Oh,
betta fish, and then smaller fish that are in there.
Betta fish. The same ones you win at the ring toss.
Yeah,
that's what he's got.
Oh, like the goldfish carnival ones.
Yeah.
And he, so this is this guy is going so deep. He went to LA to a fish convention yesterday.
Oh wow, you're in deep.
Yeah, bro, it's taking over.
Full retard. Never go full retard.
Yeah. So she lets me whenever I get into a hobby or something, she lets me just like go in, and I'm just like, fuck, bro. I was like, and I'm looking at my bike, and I want to do bags, paint. I want to just change some things up or whatever, and because I eventually want to just drop it into a show. And just be able to say I've done that. And
it is fun to win a show. Believe me, it's fun.
I don't even need to necessarily. I mean, I would like to win, but I would just like to have a bike where I'm just like, it's show worthy to be considered. Just to say I've done it, and then
just keep your eyes peeled. There's plenty of shows you can win.
Yeah, like the local Harley dealership that you work at.
Yeah.
But I'm just
all the dealership bike nights.
She's 100%. She was like, if you want to do it, that makes you happy, go ahead. But she really wants a fucking Bronco. And I'm just like, I'll tell you what.
Does it have the worst crash test rating, dude?
She doesn't care. She wants something cute. She wants
So
something.
she's
cute.
watched you for years do your thing. And
Yeah.
so, okay, it's time to repair, mama.
So I told her, I was like, hey, if it helps, I can
sell some of these fish and get you a bike.
I was like, I'll sell the bike. I'll sell the bike. But it's just like Jerry said, it's the worst investment. Like all the shit that I've done, and it's fucking.
What year is it?
It's a 2020.
Did you just say that you're thinking about selling your bike?
Yeah, she said the same thing, bro. She was like, "You're so."
I guess we
stupid."
are looking for a new co-host.
Yes.
But hear me out.
Fucking I having this bikeless Himalayan kitty on here.
But I told her, I was just like, if that's what you want to do, if that helps, I was like, I'll do. But I also know
She's going to tell you no.
Well, no, I mean, if she wanted to, I mean, I don't want her to say yes, but if she said yeah, all right,
She seems like the type that she wouldn't say yes.
she wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't do that.
She
to
wouldn't.
you.
She was just like, no. She was like, you have so much fun with that.
I
Like,
don't even understand why this is part of the discussion.
I'm just saying, if she wants it bad enough, I mean, she can do it. She just doesn't want the high payment. Like-
See, but really, by selling your bike, and I'm no disrespect, but it's a 2020, and how many miles do you have on it?
It's like 30,000,
Yeah, right.
We'd be lucky to get what, 12,
10.
10 maybe?
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah,
Didn't you
and
just finish paying it off?
I mean,
that's a down payment, but you know,
Yeah.
but you got to find the right buyer too. You know,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's a rough
So-
one.
but I'm in my mind, I'm just like, and I told her, I was just like,
You could-
if it's that serious, I was like, we can do that. And then in my head, I'm like, let's go get a road guide or something. Start the payments all
Well,
over again
what
and
I-
start the whole process over again.
What I love about yours is saltwater,
okay,
correct?
so I agree with that part.
Yeah, see?
But it's a saltwater, correct?
No,
No, it's fresh.
Okay,
Fresh
so
water.
I used to we talked about this earlier. I used to live with a buddy of mine, and he had a 125 gallon saltwater tank that he had this
a real
profession-
fish tank.
a real fish tank,
Bitch,
not,
fuck you.
not with beta, but he had living coral.
Don't say it like that.
It's a beta,
Beta.
he
It's
said.
beta.
Beta.
That's better than
Like,
salt.
I can't believe it's not beta.
Yeah. And so, but he had a service that come out, I don't know, once a week, check pH levels, do all the water tests, and because it had to be right to keep this coral living.
Mhm.
And at the time, I worked a swing shift, and I'd get off at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And when I got home, him and his wife were, obviously in bed, and so I'd strip down a pair of shorts and I'd crack a beer and just decompress for the night. And I'd be sitting in this dark room, and I'd click on the light, startle all the fish, and I would just sit there and just watch them. And
Mhm.
just chill and just watch because there's he had some really colorful fish. So for my mental state of being, it really was.
It's really nice.
But he spent so much money on fish.
Fucking judgy piece of shit.
Yeah, but he spent so much money on it. I'm like, and who am I to talk about someone else's hobby? I'm like, how much did you spend on this thing? I'm like, you're fucking crazy. And he's like, really? He's like, really? And I'm like, fair enough. I get it. And I said the same thing to a buddy with fishing rods.
Yeah,
He's got all these saltwater. He's got private lake, and I'm like, this is stupid. You spend $1,000 on a reel. I go, you get the rod, and he's like, do you really want to go there? I'm like,
the hobby is the hobby, man.
yeah,
Like,
it is, and it may not be my thing, but I get it.
To be honest, I spend more in landscape for the tank than I do on the fucking fish. Like,
See, all I remember, my mom and dad had a fish tank that sat on the countertop, and it was just, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 gallon, and it was all goldfish. And I remember one day it was on the countertop, and right below it was a drop, and then there was the oven with the stovetop. And so one day I come home and I smell
the fish cooking.
One of the fish had jumped out somehow and landed under the
Where they
burner.
belong. They landed where they belong.
Under the burner.
On the grill.
And my mom was making dinner, and I'm like,
frying fish.
It doesn't smell like this fish sticks. What are we having? And she's like, what do you mean fish? I go, it smells fishy in here. And sure enough, we'd found him. It was only, an inch and a half big,
Bigger than his fish.
but it committed suicides for some reason because it was tired of living in this shitty tank that was all green algaed up and stuff. And so
no, it's a real thing. So the whole thing started because my daughter, she brought home this betta fish in a small tank, and I was like, and I didn't want it. I'll be honest. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do with the fish in here? And I was like, I know she's not gonna take care of it. So she brought it in.
I would have flushed that fucker down the toilet, dude, instead of 3.
Well, it also didn't help that my son named him Darth, like right off the rip. So I was like,
was it black?
no.
Oh,
That's racist.
My son doesn't see color.
okay.
So so I'm like, if we're gonna have a fish here, we're not gonna have this small fucking tank. So I looked on Marketplace and I scored like a nice 25 gallon bow front tank with a stand, and that thing usually goes for like $400 or $500
So some other parents that got sick and tired of dealing with fish tanks.
for free.
Right.
So we got it, and then I started doing all this stuff, and I was like, dude, this is a big fucking tank, and I was like, well, I can't just have one fucking fish swimming in this big ass tank by itself. So
It's lonely.
I started studying to see what kind of fish you can put in there, and then I did that, and I was like, I really like the way this looks. I was like, I want to put real plants in there. So I started putting real plants in there. Some plants weren't working. I was like, what do I got to do to make this? So then it started snowballing from there, like plants, driftwood, and then doing the whole, I do the whole checking the water thing and and it just fucking took off. Now I'm just like, I'm obsessed with growing plants, and I want to get fucking green, red plants in there, and then just let this motherfucker just take off.
I mean, well, it's a lot. Well, I'm assuming it's a lot cheaper than a new motorcycle. Well, or it's possibly build up towards that.
If my wife's listening,
No, let's just drop it then.
but the whole, but like you're right. Like coming home after work, I have like this giant love sack thing or whatever that's in the middle of our living room, like in front of the fish tank in the corner. Come down, fucking sit down on that beanbag and just chill and listen to that water fall come out of the pump, watching the fish, just not give a fuck about anything.
While doom scrolling TikTok videos.
You know, you look at it. He's watching fish on his phone.
Hey, don't listen to this motherfucker.
It's relaxing. It's
He ain't
really
sitting there
relaxing.
staring at it.
I do look at it, bro. I'm looking all the money that I spent just
Come around.
having the time of his fucking life.
How many fish do you have now?
I to be honest with you, I got maybe 10 different. I got frogs. I got
Shrimp.
in there.
Scrimps.
Yeah.
Do you have those things that like eat the algae on the?
I have. So I have they're called cories. They're like catfish.
Yeah.
And they do that. And I also have a peppermint pleco that eats algae. But the tank is so fucking clean. There's nothing fucking in there. So I got to throw in.
Dying off.
No, they're eating. But like, it's funny because the betta fish I have, they eat bloodworms. They're meat eating fish. The tetras I have, they're supposed to eat flakes and shit like that. But these fucking things, they're eating the worms. So they're fucking meat eaters now too. So I'm just like,
it's like a vegetarian versus a meat eater. Like this actually tastes pretty good.
yeah, that's exactly what happened.
So he bought a bigger tank yesterday.
So what was the size of the original?
So the very first tank I got was 3.5 gallons, and I figured that out because I wanted to
Because it holds 3.5 gallons.
No, I thought it was a 5 gallon. So I was at the pet store. I was at the fish store, and I got driftwood, and I was like, oh, this is gonna fit perfectly. I was sizing it up in a 5 gallon tank, and I was like, this is gonna be perfect. I get home, and it doesn't fit because the tank I have is not 5 gallons.
Put it in like this.
It doesn't fit in at all. And I was like, fuck. So I spent $60 on a piece of wood that doesn't fit in this tank.
You couldn't just go down to the lake and get this wood?
No. This is special fish tank wood.
Where does it grow?
Wherever fucking
Where fish tanks grow.
to be honest, at that fish expo, there was like this big like 30 by 30 spot. We were just like wood. And I was like, he's just going out to the fucking lake and just pulling wood out of the water and just cleaning it and bringing it here.
So this expo, where was it? Like
Pomona Fairground.
So it was that big.
Mm-hmm.
So was it all indoors or
Yeah. It was like one of the big halls that they have over there, and it was just front to back fish and panels and stuff like that. But yeah, so
but it wasn't just fresh water, so that makes sense.
it was fresh and salt water. Like
yeah.
So the salt water was probably more popular, or it was kind of mixed.
It was mixed, bro. It was mostly coral.
If you're still listening to the podcast, I just want to say thank you.
Can we get back to butthole suntanning or something?
Yeah, it made everyone's penis soft with fish. But to answer your question, I'm up to a 40 gallon. 40 gallon corner tank. And that's it. That's the most I can take care of, like within what I want to spend. And
you're gonna have to start an only butthole fans page or something.
I'm already trying to sell my wife's feet without her knowing.
Dude, so I got talking to this person. There is a site. It's like only feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
really?
a thing. It's
and I'm
thing.
like, I mean, my feet are okay. But I thought about maybe just open a page and just see what happens. Cause there's weirdos out there like men's feet.
You started a page.
No. I'd start a butthole page. I don't care. I would trim that up.
You do butthole sunning. Though.
I would weed it and it would be good to go.
You don't look like a hairy guy.
I'm not, but every ass has a little hair. But it's funny because Trevor, rest in peace.
Yep.
He would send me. He was one of the guys that would always send me. He'd find these obscure videos of butthole tanning and the benefits. I'm like, Trevor, you're killing me with this stuff. And he was like, do you really do it? I said, no, it was a joke. It started off as a joke.
You did it though.
Well, I did it just for the joke.
Yeah.
But it's not like that was the one and only time I've grab my ankles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say you look like you were waiting for someone to lick your butt. Like I can't sit out there for that long. I can't hold that pose. I'm not yoga.
But yeah, so he was one of the guys, a couple of guys that like once a month I get these obscure posts. I'm like, dude, stop it. I don't do that. He's like, no, you do that. I'm like, no. And then one day I told him, I go, that's why I have so much size. This is back when I was actually lifting a lot harder. I said, it's because of butthole tanning. He's like, I'm really gonna have to try that.
Shit.
I go, if you try it, you got to video it. I go, for my eyes only. He's like, oh no, I'll put it. He didn't care. He was like, I'll put it out for the world to see.
Jesus Christ.
No, we were planning on selling my wife's feet on like the only feet thing or whatever. But right when we were getting ready to pull the trigger on it, she fucking stepped on LJ left a toy rake on the floor and she came down the stairs and fucking stepped on it, snapped her toe, so it was throwing a hook.
Can't you just do only foot?
or only heels?
Yeah, just
only
one.
heels.
So I'm just looking at her toes. We're at the hospital and she's like she's in a wheelchair with her foot up, and that one toe is just hooking a left, dude, like the middle toe. And I'm just like, oh, there's fucking that.
Start a new page for like only ugly feet.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it, no one's going to pay for that. Like,
You never know.
fucking thing.
Well, you look at all these Instagram OnlyFans girls. They're making. I saw someone. She was making she made $14 million last year for selling whatever she sells.
Definitely doing butt stuff on there.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there's sexual things, but $14 million for this chick who's got no other skills other than
That's
a
the
nice
hard part,
body,
right? I mean, one day that's all that goes away.
And hopefully, power to her for making the money, but hopefully she has a husband too.
Yeah.
They invested or put it away because looks go. And
I mean, how can you not invest $14 million
in a year,
I'm willing to bet none of that's going into any kind of
college fund for their kids.
Yeah.
They don't have yet.
no CDs, no nothing.
You could live so well on $1 million for a year.
If you're smart.
for a year.
Because $1 million doesn't go that far. I mean,
yeah.
But I
as
also
far as
tell
it used to be.
I tell people
but $14 million invested properly, the return for that year would be pretty easy.
Oh yeah.
yeah, if you do it right,
Yeah.
you hire
Well,
somebody
with
to help you with your money.
exactly. With $14 million, you hire somebody.
That'd be a good.
I would
If
give it a
anybody
go.
wants to give me their $14 million, I'll try it out just to share.
Let you know how it goes.
Yeah, let me know how that.
I tell Lacey, I was like, if we win the lottery, I was like, we'd have to fucking.
I'm gonna have the biggest fish tank.
I was
I'm
like,
gonna live inside it like SpongeBob.
I can't quit my job
It's gonna be
because
so big.
I can go broke so quick.
Your tank's gonna be so big, you got to hire someone with a scuba
Yeah,
outfit to go in and clean
You're
it.
just gonna go buy a Bass Pro Shop.
I'm gonna live. Yeah, bro. Fuck. Yeah, but I would have to get the lump sum because I would.
Did you know I read something about the Bass Pro Shop, how they get away with not paying taxes?
They
I
bury
did-
somebody in there.
I didn't know that they didn't have to pay taxes.
So they
Church.
they don't pay taxes because if you go into those Bass Pro Shops, do you realize like all the heads and all that stuff, like those are all donated because it's a museum.
Interesting.
Oh.
So would that work for a personal house?
That's why I was trying to see if
Like
people-
all our hunter buddies who have
I just
taxidermy?
I'll do a motorcycle museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. They don't pay taxes because it's technically a museum.
Well, I heard there's a thing like if you bury somebody on your property, it's considered a cemetery. You don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah,
Could it be
I
a pet?
No.
Be a pet
Can't-
cemetery?
it can't
I
be
got a couple
pet,
fish.
but
Because there's a lot of people I would love to donate,
Oh.
Yeah.
hunt down and donate.
I have heard that one, but I think there's a lot more legalities to that one. You can't just bury people.
Well, they're saying that's why Trump buried his ex-wife on his golf course or on the Mar-a-Lago
Yeah,
because it's considered a cemetery now and he doesn't have to pay taxes.
well, it's not even like that too. That the government can never like take your land then too.
It's,
Something
kinda,
like that.
it's
too.
like when they find an Indian burial site. All construction stopped, and you can't do anything.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, I seen TikTok video. These people moved onto this old house and they found a gravestone in the front yard. They thought it was just a regular stone, so they dug it up because there was like where they're gonna redo the front.
Found grandma.
Well, they flipped it over. It was a headstone that had fallen forward,
Ah.
but it was like a big fucking wide stone tablet or whatever.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just, and then people were just in the comments like, "Bro, get that shit fucking registered because you'll never have to pay property taxes on that bad boy again."
Wow.
I think it doesn't have to be your family member though.
I don't
Me neither.
I don't know.
Now we're trying to circumvent the law over here.
Well, I would love to, man. Fuck, I hate paying taxes.
Oh,
So I fucking get it.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. But yeah. All right. Well, what do you got planned for motorcycle riding? You guys doing another ROAL?
a roll?
A roll. Roll
That
out.
fucking hurt.
Oh, it hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's
hurts.
because my buddy, his wife's a tattoo artist, and she came over and did mine, Roji's, Greg's, Matt, and Joey's, and
Same needle too.
so who knows what I got running through my veins right now.
Yeah, you went last.
So Roji and I were the two dumb ones that did it on our palm, and I have one tattoo. I consider myself. I got a full bodysuit for the most part. So when she first started, she started towards the outside of the hand where it's a little more, and it wasn't so bad.
Yep.
But as soon as she went inland,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, I'm starting to sweat. And I'm trying not to let it be known that it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
And so she's like, whenever she goes, a lot of times the palm doesn't accept the ink and you'll lose it. Well, I've lost a little bit, but it actually looked at pretty good. And she's like, do you want to get it redone? I'm like, nope.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I go, it looks old. I go, I'm not doing it again because it really, really did.
Yeah, that looks like. I mean, they always say like,
yes,
almost all of it's gone.
yeah, because they said it heals, or does it push out or does it heal over? Like it's just
you have to run it deep and like blow it out. Yeah.
And because it's most of our hands are like catcher's mitts. It's tough, leathery,
and your skin regenerates so quick.
That's what I hate. Like I've cut my hand before, and it feels like a rubber band snaps, and it's fucking painful. I'm just like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, oh, like I cut myself. I can't imagine just a constant needle just jamming right in there. Like I get tattoos in general. They can be a little bit of a painful process, like anywhere on you. But I just feel like on the palm is just the absolute fucking.
I think
worst.
the older you get, the more they hurt. Anyway.
For sure.
For me, okay, I'll put this in order. The number one most painful spot was my lower back spine. They were doing white.
Mm-hmm.
I was grimacing and fist pumped, and I was like gritting my teeth because it hurt so bad.
That's just that whole section of nerve endings right there.
But it had been like a long 6-hour session, so I was over it. And I told my buddy Rob, I said, Rob, I go, I'm tapping out. He's like, give me 30 more seconds. I'm like, where have I heard that before? But so when he got done, I mean, I was physically sick, and I left there, and he lives in Long Beach, and I'm coming down PCH, and I'm like lightheaded, I'm clammy, and I realized I hadn't eaten anything, so I pulled into a sushi place and got some sake and some.
The sake definitely helped.
But anyway, so that would be number one. Number two is probably my sternum, like through the chest where there's it's this bone.
Yep.
This would be 3, and my butt cheeks near the crack, the tunnel, would be number 4.
How tight to the tunnel did you go? Visible line or into it?
Halfway.
Yeah.
So the tattoo guy.
Do you have armpits?
No, I didn't.
I heard that sucked too, though.
I don't think. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't want to do anymore.
I was telling we on our last pod, I was telling a story. I just went to the dermatologist, like my 8-year checkup or whatever that I'm supposed to do yearly. And she was so like mad about my tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause I started blacking this leg out too. She couldn't stop talking about this. Like, she's like, if you had anything, I'd never be able to see
She
anything.
can't see it. And my guy,
like, you can't always feel them. Sometimes they're flat. Like, she was so upset.
Well, my guy, the same thing. He's like, Jerry, he goes, you're a canvas. And he goes, I can't, he's got these special glasses. Like,
that's weird little thing.
And he's looking, and he's like, some of it I will never see, and then all my earlier sun damage from the river and not putting any sunscreen, I'm paying the price for it now. The last time he burned all these spots off my forehead and side, like my cheeks, and like 3 or 4 days later, I looked like a tortilla because I just had these black marks everywhere. And, and I'm like, well, what about this spot? He's like, you could thank your parents for that. I'm like, I go, so it's not cancer? He's like, no, it's just genetics. And, but he's, same thing. He's like, I hate having to inspect you because he goes, I know I'm missing stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about that.
So when they do that, do they do like a full body inspection?
You typically.
So, because this is the first time this has happened to me. I've only had done it like another one time, a long time ago. But I mean, I was in my underwear. Just yanked my pants down.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was just telling them.
Just pants you for fun,
basically. And I was like, and then roll over. And
well, the one time he did do it, he did peek at my dick.
Like she was moving mine all around.
No, he didn't get that close.
It doesn't move that far. But.
All he did, I kid you not, I'm laying there. He goes, yeah, you're good. That's the first time I've heard that, but it just, because he goes, your skin is one big organ.
Yeah.
You could have a spot pop up under your balls.
Yeah.
From sun, and that's just where the cancer shows up, and so I have a lot of precancerous stuff that I have to fix, and, I get burned off, and a couple spots that he's like, come back in 3 months, we'll check it again. And if we have to, if it looks kind of funny, we'll biopsy it. So, but that's just part of getting old, and you don't listen to your parents. Like, put sunscreen on. I'll put baby oil on.
My parents, my dad used to tell me to go play by the freeway. If I'd have listened to him, I wouldn't be here today.
He's still telling you that.
He hasn't talked to me.
Yeah, so you guys had different experiences, like the same thing. You're just getting peaked and you're getting fingered.
She didn't go in my butthole.
Speaking of that,
yeah.
I got a story.
Uh-oh.
So back to Eric. He's done this to me twice where he's
stuck a finger.
Well, I've discussed this before. He'll send me video or audio of him farting, and it always sounds like he's underwater. That's just I know his sound.
That's a chubby guy fart right there.
I know his sound, which is weird. I could pick it out of the lineup. That's Eric.
Sounds like a car with a flat tire on the freeway.
But last time we were in Colorado, and he were standing there down in town, and he shits. I mean, it was just it was loud. It was long. I'm like, dude, I go, you need to check your pants. He goes, I'll give you $100. He goes, you could swipe with your finger. You swipe my asshole, it'll be dry. And I'm like, I'm not good. I don't need the $100 that bad. He's like, I'm being serious. He goes, and he would do it.
Oh, yeah.
He would drop his drawers and let me swipe like a credit card. Just check it. Like, that's dry. But that's just the way he is.
Yeah, I've heard him say that.
Yeah, my cousin one time, and I fucking love this guy. He just got out of jail, and he was like, "Hey, I need to go pay like the title in place or whatever." He was like, short a couple bucks. He was like, "I'm gonna go donate plasma. You want to go with me?" And I happened to have that Friday off, so I was like, "I don't know what that is, but yeah,
I happen to have some extra plasma."
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, they pay like $75, something like that." And I was just like, $75 just to hang out and watch movies?
I can get a new betta fish.
Where's that place at? I need some money.
So we go over there, and I don't know what this is. And I'm like, the people around here look really fucking sketchy. Now I know. Like, plasma is like where usually like junkies go like to get a couple bucks so they can go score. So like all these weirdos are around, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then they call me back there, and they're like, oh, we got to do we got to give you a physical. And I was like, I got to take a physical? And I'm looking at my cousin, and he goes, yeah, they just got to check it real quick. And I was
free?
Like, I'm like, I was like a physical? Like, you guys squeezing my nuts just so I can donate plasma? And he goes, oh no, we got to check your blood, blah, 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 and this and that. And I was just like, all right.
Are you donating or donating just to get rid of it?
No, you're donating plasma.
Oh, so they got to make sure you have nothing.
Yeah. So like they're checking to make sure like you're hydrated, you've eaten, all that shit like that. So they test your blood.
No HIV or whatever.
Yeah. So
you had the HIV, huh?
You had the HIV.
So they're checking me, right? And they prick my finger or whatever. And he was like, all right, go ahead, hop on the bed. So I get on that doctor's bed or whatever, and he was like, all right, lay down. So I lay down, and he pulls my pant legs up, and he's rubbing my ankles. He pulls up my shirt, and he's rubbing my belly and shit. And I go back there, and I had problems when I was donating. I got fucked up. And so we're walking out. Me and my cousin finished about the same time. Walking out. And I'm like, man, what was up with that physical? And he goes, what do you mean?
Oh.
I was like, well, they rub your stomach and your ankles and shit? And he goes, huh? I was like, oh, fuck, bro. This dude just fucking molested me for free.
For $75.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, they didn't pull up your pant legs and start rubbing your ankles and lift up your shirt and playing with your stomach. And he goes,
lick your toes and shit.
Whispering sweet nothings into your ear.
Nah, man, they just pricked my finger and I just came back here and I was like, oh
wow.
Fuck, dude.
He didn't lay next to you and make you the little spoon?
He didn't spoon you, bro. And I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, so I never went back and got fucking.
Wow.
Well, so back on writing. So we the only trip I have planned is Arizona in January for a barbecue competition. So we're going to ride up there, and they have like 75 barbecue enthusiasts, professionals.
Yeah. Where at?
I don't know, somewhere in Arizona.
Yeah.
Like in the cool parts, or is it like?
No, it's cool. It's
Prescott?
Cool. No, well, we're
cool.
going to stay at, my buddy Matt has a place in Prescott, so we are going to stay the ride there.
What a dick. You're a fucking dick, dude.
Shut up.
So we're going to ride there, stay there,
like
ride to the event, and then come back. Rogie and Greg are staying in town, wherever it's at. And then Matt and I are going to ride back, and then ride back the next day. But, so because Rogie and Matt are going to be like judges again for this thing. And we follow we're a friend of ours with a guy named Saucy Luke.
Okay.
And he makes really, really good food. And, so they invited him. They were judges last year, and I think the year before. We actually camped on the lake there while we were there, which was awesome. And it was a good party. But so that, and then Rogie's kind of in the preliminary stages of doing another roll trip.
for next year.
For next year, I had to skip this year just financially. I was still trying to catch up from last year because they're expensive.
What do you think you guys spend on one per person?
Without breakdowns,
Yeah, if everything were to go right,
4,000 to 5,000.
is that right?
But you got food every day, you got gas, you got hotel. I mean,
Yeah.
we split the costs of hotels, so that's why we stay at some shady places that are cheap.
Yeah.
But it adds up,
100%.
Eating at restaurants everywhere. You go to barbecue and I'll walk out with $35 for lunch or dinner.
That's cheap.
It's cheap. And so I just told him, I go, and then last year I had all the breakdowns in Montana and in Greg broke down in Alaska. It was a bad year for
Was this when you had the
breakdowns.
hammered wheel?
No, that was with
Oh,
me.
was that the old road,
No,
right?
that was
That was when we were trying to ride to
Sturgis.
Sturgis
When
together.
when me, you, and Fabian, I made as far as just north of Vegas.
Yeah,
and
Henderson.
blew out a wheel bearing. That was a fun night.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed about that, but I missed. 'Cause I know I missed a good time.
Yeah, it was a fun time of riding.
But this time we plan on. I think we're going to ride back into Canada and go east, and go through to Canada there. But this time, I think we're trying to plan this trip to be where we'll bonsai there, just to get there, and then we'll stay in a spot for a day or two, and then do day rides, and then move on to the next spot, which makes more sense because there's so much that we miss because we're trying to smash miles.
Yeah.
It's just I want to see more of the country, even if it's Canada. I want to, because Canada is when you get into the Majestic area where it's all forestry and all that, and all the animals. I mean, I saw more animals in Canada, like through the Yukon and all that, before we got to Alaska. Black bears everywhere, they're like wild street dogs. They're everywhere, and bald eagles. I saw a grizzly, which was I've never seen a grizzly in real life. And we're going down this 2-lane highway, and there's ravines that drop down and then come back up, and then there's tree lines. It's lined both sides of the street. So we saw a black bear, and everybody's like pointing. We look, and all of a sudden I look over to my left, and I see this ginormous. It looked like a Volkswagen bus, just walking down along the tree line. I'm like, holy shit!
Wow.
And I try to catch up to Matt, and I'm like, we need to go back. Let's
Of
go.
course.
And of course, by the time I caught up to him, we were probably
4 miles.
maybe a mile or two. I'm like, okay, it's probably diverted in it, but it was so big. And then saw I saw a moose kind of just standing there, just in the middle of nowhere.
Those are gnarly.
And they're big.
Yeah.
They're big. I mean, they're bigger than me, bigger than us combined. And then we ran into a herd of buffalo, and they were kind of all coming across. Traffic had stopped as this herd is coming through across the 2 lanes of traffic. And where I stopped, I didn't make it past before they crossed, so I stopped. And I'm literally,
make it turn, bro.
they're big.
Oh yeah.
I was scared, and I turned my motor off, and I sat there super. I didn't move.
Yeah.
And they were probably 15 feet in front of me walking.
But the thing is, if they're not wagging their tail, that's when you need to worry.
So what worried me, there was a mama and a calf in tow.
Yeah.
And she stops, and she just turns and looks at me, and I'm sitting like this. Okay,
She's all fucking American.
And I didn't know what to do. I go, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to be a threat. I'm just going to sit here, and I'm just watching. And she waits, and this calf walks past her, goes down in the ravine, and then she kind of just, all right, and then this cart's walking.
Yeah.
My heart was pounding. And Matt, it was taking video from the other end, and I have a picture on my Instagram of. Granted, it looks bigger than it actually is because it's further away from me. It's like holding the fish that you caught, and but it was probably, I don't know, 1,000 pounds.
Oh, they're fucking big ass animals. They're huge.
And and I'm like, what if it I mean, in my mind, I'm like, what do I do if it charges? Do I
You throw the
die.
bike
I
on the
run.
floor and run away?
I run
Oh,
or,
yeah.
or hide behind and use my bike as a shield? But it'll probably knock the shit out of me,
Oh,
into
yeah,
the bike
crush you.
into me. And that was impressive. That was one of those. I don't want to say it was a bucket list, but it was one of those things I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And then we get into Alaska, and there's like I've never seen a bald eagle in life. In
There's
real person,
two that live around here.
really.
Yeah.
And so we're riding, and all of a sudden I look up, and there's like 3 or 4 of them flying.
That's wild.
And then I got talking to one of the locals there, and he goes, if you want to see a lot of bald eagles, you just go to the local trash dump. They're like scavengers.
They're like seagulls.
They're everywhere. And so we got one of the coolest things. We got to this mountainside where we had to walk maybe 100 yards, and it was kind of a touristy area, like travel buses would be parked. You walk out and you walk up to this edge of this cliff, and you can see these big mountains across the ocean. And all of a sudden I see like 3 bald eagles just using the wind and just sailing through. just majestic, beautiful, God bless America, everything you see, and they're bigger than you think.
Oh, they're huge.
And then I saw a golden eagle, which was probably twice the size of a bald eagle.
Yeah.
And then one of the coolest things we did is we took we chartered a fishing boat on a lake, and it was a husband and wife, and they were awesome. And I give them a shout out, but I don't remember the name of them, but they said, it kind of went over the safety thing. Like, here's your vest. If we're going to an area, it's been known to have bears, they work the water line for food. She goes, if you see them, just listen to us. If we say, get back in the boat, get back in the boat. And, they got bear spray and all that.
Yeah.
And so we didn't see any of those, but we're coming around this corner, and all of a sudden I see like a husband and wife bald eagles just sitting on the embankment, probably 15 feet away.
Yeah.
And one of them takes off and lands up on a tree, which is where their nest was. And then the other one just sat there and just watched us. So she cuts the power and we're taking video and pictures, and it's just watching us like this. And it was beautiful. It was one of those moments like, I almost want to shed a tear. This is badass.
It's a trip.
But everywhere, like Alaska was different because it's a lot of fishing, a lot of commercialized. But you get into some areas where it's just, it's like postcard worthy.
Yeah.
Pictures and waterfalls. And where we stayed, we were kind of near the water. So every time we would take off, we'd have to ride down this one road where all the mountains are surrounded, where the water is coming to the ocean, and there's snow on the caps. It was just amazing, and the only weird thing about it is it never gets dark.
That is weird.
So 1 o'clock in the morning, they had blackout curtains. You could open it up and it looked like it was 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little darker.
Yeah.
But it never really got dark, and it kind of messed with you a little bit. And of course, Roji's like, we could ride all night long. I'm like, we still need sleep, buddy. So it was.
I haven't slept since 1996.
Yeah, exactly. But it was one of the. I mean, Alaska was cool. The roads were shitty.
Yeah.
Our Greg broke his risers on his, and I'm surprised he didn't crash because he's riding with these 20-inch apes.
Yeah, it's wild.
And he's behind me, and all of a sudden normally I see his hands. He looks like a big parachute because he's 350 pounds. And all of a sudden I notice his hands are down. I'm like, where's his bars? And all of a sudden he pulls over, and the only thing that kept control of the motorcycle was the bezel. So not the riser, but the
gauge bezel.
The gauge bezel, but the clamp on the triple tree, it snapped because it was that cast aluminum.
Yep.
So he had to wait, I don't know, 6 hours for a tow truck. Finally, a county sheriff or state park ranger came by and goes, "I'll get you somebody here." Well, the tow truck, they had to be towed back because we were heading towards the Canadian border, go back through Canada to get back to USA, and they called a big wrecker rig. And it was overkill for his little bike, and he towed him back into Anchorage,
mm-hmm.
And then they had to transition his bike onto a flatbed to take him further into I forget the name of the town, but it was like $1,000 tow.
Oh my god!
And then he had to wait. We're dealing with Rhino at Huntington Beach Harley, and they're trying to overnight parts. And of course, it was the holiday. It was the 4th of July weekend, so places were closed. So he ended up renting a U-Haul truck, like a box van, and camping. He made the best of it, and so we had our camping gear just in case. So he just pulled off into an area where there wasn't a whole lot of bear activity, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'd camp. I wouldn't be able to sleep because every little noise I would think a grizzly's coming to get me.
Oh yeah.
So that ended up costing him a shitload of money. And then Roji Roji, what did he break?
He broke a wheel.
He broke a wheel. Matt broke an exhaust. I broke the exhaust bracket on my exhaust. I bent the rear axle. I didn't know it until I got home. It was funny. I'm pulling into the garage, and I got just a little wobble. I'm like, I thought maybe my tires were cupped.
Yeah.
And so I was going to pull tires off anyway, and I put down the axle, and my garage it's not real flat, and it starts to roll and is doing this number, and I'm like, oh. It's steel, and it broke, so I get a new axle made, and so that trip it ultimately ended up costing me like $7,500. I blew out the stator. It burned up before I got to Canada. I actually had to turn around and hopefully make it another 60 miles back to the nearest dealership. I pulled in there and I had smoke coming out of my primary.
Jesus Christ!
And so they had to replace all that, and that cost me like $2,000 because they didn't have the parts. They had to air flight parts in from Idaho or somewhere. And then I broke down again in just outside of what's the speedway, the Bago Racing League in California,
Laguna Seca.
Laguna Seca. So I spent a day there because I had a wiring issue because it was my own fault that I had snapped the wires in. I had the cowling off for some reason, and one of the wires was not. I didn't hear the click, and so when they finally dug into it, he goes, "Hey," he goes, "You didn't click this all the way through it, so it just kind of worked its way out a little bit." And that was causing me going to limp mode, and that was $700. It's just so trips can be hit and miss as far as costs, but
Yeah.
so that's why I ended up taking last year off. I got to make some money and recoup and and pay off my credit cards.
See, yeah. I mean, people don't think about that. I mean, I been on some Sturgis trips, and luckily, knock on whatever,
Yeah, we're some wood.
fucking that nothing's happened like that we can't fix ourselves.
Right.
But it's detrimental. I mean, like, not only that is like too, you have when we go, we have a time frame. I need to be back in 7 days.
Yeah, I got to work.
Yeah. I got shit to do. So we're taking 7 days. So those kind of things can throw that whole trip into a fucking.
Well, so Greg, he ended up blowing his motor up on this last trip.
Oh wow!
And so he went to whatever dealership. I forget what state we were in, but they wanted to sell him a new bike, but they couldn't because he was a California resident. So we were trying to figure all that out, and he was just going to trade his bike in because the whole top end was destroyed, and he had a CVO. So they had a 2021 or 22 CVO sitting there and Greg likes red and black, and it had basically, it checked all the boxes for him. So he ended up trading his bike in, swapping his Jade affiliated rims from his old bike onto the new bike, and then just buying a new bike to finish the ride. And of course it was, he had the little bars, so it was very uncomfortable for him. So he takes off and he makes it maybe 100 miles, and they had mounted the rear rim or tire wrong, and it caused a bunch of damage. So they end up having to send what he thought was going to be the actual CVO rims to him that were on the bike that he purchased.
Yeah.
They sent him some spoked ones, and he was pretty upset about that,
Yeah.
Because they had to actually send the rear rim back to Jade Affiliate to change the hub and make sure it was trued and all that. So it cost him a new motorcycle. It's just,
Jeez.
and it's funny. I love Harleys, but when it comes to touring and all the issues you can have, I mean, it can happen with any bike, but
yeah.
it's more prone to Harleys.
Yeah.
If I had a Goldwing.
Yeah, but I think it's more prone to Harleys though, because we can't leave them alone.
Right.
Nobody's fucking changing shit on a Goldwing.
So Roji, like the trip before that, Roji had his compensator went out, which took out his whole primary and everything. He had bent rims. We were in Tennessee, and he ran over a dump truck.
I remember seeing this.
What do you call that?
Oh, like a hitch thing.
It's a drive shaft.
Yeah.
For a dump truck. It was probably 75 pounds. It was about that big. Tacoed both his rims. Luckily, John over at the he's in Tennessee now. Dream Rides by John.
Mm-hmm.
He had a set of stock ones that looked like shit on his bike, but it got him through the trip. And then so he had the rims he had to deal with. He had to do the whole primary, which was like $2,000. Then he lost his key fob. So he had to spend another $500 on the key fob to get it reprogrammed. And so that trip cost him a lot of money. It can be brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. People don't think about that. Again, I mean, I've never thought about stuff like that. I take some tools with me. I'm like, I'll be good.
Right.
But
now that I'm past that, like, there were great memories.
Oh,
even if it was a shitty ride and I spent a lot of money, but it was an experience.
Yeah,
and it's something I could take I had a great time with my good friends.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean,
it's the stories.
I'm doing stuff that most people can't do or want to do.
Yeah.
But it's
the closest link to the Wild West.
Yeah. Just jump on and go.
Yeah. Now I just try to do it on fleet bikes.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's funny because we rode it. All three of us were going to Sturgis, and I break down in Henderson, or where it was.
Yep.
And so
at midnight.
So I call AAA. Of course, AAA California is different than AAA Nevada. So they're like, well, we can't find anybody that works that area. I go, well, we're close to Vegas. And they said, well, they don't expand. They don't come out. I think we're maybe 45, 50 miles from Vegas. So I end up having to wait. They said, well, we'll call someone will get a hold of you at 7 a.m. So I sat there. I pushed my bike into a parking spot.
A terrible Herps.
And luckily they had like a little sitting area with a couple of machines, and they had food. So I was eating snacks and hot dogs. And this black prostitute comes walking in, and she's just dressed, booty shorts, titties all hanging out. And she's like, who owns that motorcycle out there? And I'm like, oh God. And I'm like, I'm the only one sitting there. I got a beard, a helmet sitting next to me. And she's like, Sugar. She goes, is there any way you can give me a ride to Vegas? I said, I'm waiting on a tow truck. I'm down. I'm done for the night. And she's like, She goes, I sure could use something to eat.
Yes, you can.
And I'm like, oh, here we go.
I'll suck your dick for a ride to Vegas.
So she goes, I got a proposition for you. I go, what's up? She goes, if you buy me a corn dog, I'll suck your corn dog. And I'm like,
she comes walking out with 2 corn dogs.
Yeah, dude.
She ate well that night. Yeah. But it just took me, she shocked me with her bluntness. You know, I'm like, oh, I appreciate the offer. Baby. I can tell you what, I'll buy you a corn dog. You don't need to do anything else. You know, if you're hurting and you want some food, I'll buy you some food. You want something to drink? So I ended up buying her just a little meal with a hot dog. And then next thing you know, I hear her walking out. Can you give me her? And she's yelling at people getting gas. And
oh, wow.
I don't know where she was trying to go, but you know, I did my karma.
That's her spiel.
You don't want that sitting on your bike.
No. It would have left a trail.
I had to throw the seat away.
Yeah, big time.
Second nastiest shit to be on there.
I'd rather sit my own than hers.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, Jerry, where can people find you if they want to find you?
I go by the Goo on the Instagram.
It's like at the _ Goo.
Correct.
GOO.
Correct.
Yeah. Make sure to check them out. They ride crazy miles all the time, every year, except last year apparently, or this year.
So,
and he likes to flex his pecs a lot. So there you have it.
They're B cups right now.
Yeah. They used to be bigger.
Yeah. But yeah, appreciate everybody out there. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming on, Jerry.
Right on, Jerry.
You.